Hello, everybody, and welcome to another presentation of the ECL Elite Division right here on NHL Gamer. My name is Tuki, joined as always by my broadcast partners, Sin. Sin, how does it feel to be back on the right side? Easy for me to say.
It feels great. We had a little bit of a switch up there for the NACL, but we're back where we belong. And speaking of where we belong, we're here to cast some more great sixes action here with the playoff hunt intensifying here. It should be a good 4 games.
It all comes down to this, the final day of the regular season, with a lot to still be decided when it comes to the playoff picture. Not just the seeding, but we still don't know who that 8th seed is going to be. Going to be very interesting. A lot of teams to keep an eye on as we progress throughout this broadcast. As you get a look at the standings right now, again, the thing to keep in mind, the left-hand side is where you want to be. 30 games played for every team. So there's a lot of numbers I could throw at you here. You know, for example, Linköping could finish anywhere between 1, 2, or 3rd as they currently stand. The thing to keep in mind right now, though, is we're waiting to find out who that 8th seed is going to be. They could potentially finish higher than 8th, but point remains. Färjestad, Vesa Pompa, SJ Gaming, and Ghetto Firebirds all still alive in the playoff hunt, but only one can make it. And by the end of this broadcast today, we will know who the top 8 are. Everybody else on that right-hand side that I did not mention already eliminated, unfortunately. But again, there is still a lot to play for. Now, Almost Famous, hate to say it for those guys, they have already been relegated in dead last. But 13 through 15, those are relegation battles where you have a chance to survive. So there's still a lot to play for everybody on that right-hand side of the bracket. I mean, you think about it, Ghetto Firebirds, you go 0 for 2 today. I mean, it could end up being a little bit more of a rough situation than it might be if you could just walk away with the victories that you need to walk away with today. So again, a lot at stake, a lot still at play, and we'll help, follow along. We'll help keep you up to date with this as we follow along through this still unfolding situation that we have in front of us. With this broadcast, though, we are kicking things off with a 2-game series, the final 2 games of the regular season, between Roots, who are currently, as you see, in 7th place, and SJ Gaming. SJ Gaming, one of those 2 teams that desperately needs all 4 points. You can't pick up all 4 points, you're out of the playoff hunt. Unfortunately, easy for me to say again. Sin, I don't know what it is. Getting choked up, the excitement, the anticipation, just a bit too much right now. It's palpable. It's in the air. You can feel the intensity. But ultimately, with SJ Gaming, again, you need all 4 points. Färjestad right now in control. As long as they pick up 2 points in their series against H-Reds, they're good to go. But if you're SJ Gaming, you can't really think about that right now. You have to focus on the task at hand. You have to make sure you walk away with all 4 points here against a Roots team that right now is fighting for seeding and fighting for a more favorable matchup in the playoffs. We have a traditional 1v8, 2v7, so on and so forth setup for the postseason. And Roots right now, anywhere between 6 and 8 is where they could find themselves. Sin, what stands out for you here as we get a look at the individual matchups and an early look at the lineups before we get into the individual breakdowns for each of these positions?
Well, you can just really kind of see the difference between, those teams currently in a playoff spot and the teams kind of fighting for one. You saw SJ Gaming, a lot of goals against, decent chunk of goals for, but Roots, I mean, you can see why they're kind of lower in the bracket. They have a decent chunk of goals for, and, their goals against, it's close to being, at even. And that's kind of okay-ish, but I mean, obviously you want to be scoring more goals than you're allowing, but so far it's good enough for a playoff spot. Yeah, you mentioned it. They're fighting for seeding right now. You want to try to get as high as you can for the most favorable matchup, but where they are right now, anywhere, from 6 to 8, you're going to have to face Havu, Jyväskylä, or Linköping. So really, there's no easy matchup moving forward, but again, still a lot to play for, playing spoiler on other people, the pride fight, everything like that. Because SJ Gaming, as you mentioned, they need all 4 points, and then they still need, Färjestad to not really pick up any. So It's a crazy race here at the end, and these two games are going to be so important for SJ Gaming.
Absolutely. I mean, again, when you talk about what these teams are fighting for, not just for pride in terms of making the playoffs, but again, these teams are fighting for the largest prize pool in competitive NHL esports history. There is a lot on the line at this stage of the game. As again, you get a look at the lineups here on the left with SJ Gaming. We have Makari, Yakuri, and Keskitalo up top, Terity and Abali on defense, and Hiatala with that. Just what a look that is. What a look that is for the goaltender of SJ Gaming. They go up again against Roots on that right-hand side. Rimpe, Migobuna, Karani, Sile, Tansky, and Swagston. Let's get into the individual matchups here, the individual breakdowns. We're going to start off, as we always do, with the center battle, because, of course, it is oh so important to have a center that can dictate the pace, not just offensively, but on the defensive side of things as well. And as we see here with this matchup, very similar point totals between Yakuri and Migobuna.
Yeah, across the board, very similar. You know, Yakuri definitely seems to be a bit of a goal scorer there in the middle, where Migobuna, more of the assist kind of guy. But the real difference between them is Migobuna, 46% on the faceoffs, whereas Yakuri, 55.3. So a distinct advantage there, which could really help him in this matchup, but he's going to have to win those faceoffs. We see so often, a guy with as big of an advantage that is, almost 10%. And, as the games progress, I mean, they're pretty even throughout. And then, maybe even the guy with the lower percentages winning those key draws. So, it's all about where you win the faceoffs as much as how many you win, offensive zone, defensive zone. SJ Gaming, if they want a chance here against Roots and a chance to keep their playoff dreams alive, Yakuri is really going to have to win these faceoffs and win the right ones at the right times. I mean, the neutral zone ones, everything. I mean, everything is going to be important, but especially the offensive and defensive zone. Possession is going to be huge in this matchup.
Sid, I'm so glad you mentioned that. Again, we've talked about it so many times. You have one center who has that major faceoff advantage, and it just doesn't seem to go their way. We've seen Migobuna on this very broadcast, really turn that around and end up winning a face-off battle that we thought he simply wouldn't be able to do. We'll see if he can do that again this time out. Taking a look at the winger matchup next for Roots, we have Rimpe and Karani. For SJ Gaming, it's Makari and Keskitalo. Now, Sin, I really can't help but point out Makari here in terms of one of these point totals is not like the other, but all things considered, still, when you look at these four, very viable options, we'll say, in this league. Not at the top of the heap, but certainly can help lead a team to a playoff spot. Certainly, as we know, with Roots already clinching a postseason spot. But for SJ Gaming right now, again, a little bit more out of Makari and Keskitalo, and they might just be able to find their way into a postseason spot.
Definitely. I mean, I was going to bring that up if you didn't, Makari. I mean, when you have a forward below point per game and you're not in a defensive spot, I mean, those two things, are definitely correlated. It might not be the cause, there's a lot more that goes into it than just, one player kind of not pulling their weight. But yeah, Makari, if they want to have a chance here at the playoffs, he's going to have to step up and have some big games. You need all three of your forwards to be playing at a similar level and playing as a unit here. And Keskitalo, Yakuri, they're both kind of getting a lot of points here. Makari, kind of needs to step it up here in this matchup. When you take a look at Rimpe and Karani, I mean, both over point per game, both kind of able to put the puck in the net, both with goals. Rimpe with the more points and such. But if you look at Karani at the same time, I mean, no slouch. And, it just seems on the case of SJ Gaming, you have Makari there, who's, not putting up a great amount of points, and then Keskitalo, who spends, in my opinion, way too much time in the box. 35 penalty minutes this season. That is good enough for second amongst skaters. I mean, it's just, you can't do that against the Roots team. They may not have the greatest of power plays, but if you're in the playoffs, your power play is decent enough to strike. And, well, if you get into the box too much, Roots will strike on the power play.
Absolutely. With that, let's move it over to the battle of the defensemen. As for Roots, we see Sile and the captain of the team, Tansky, going up against Terity and Abali of SJ Gaming. And again, Sin, the advantage for Roots when it comes to the point totals amongst defensemen.
Yep, and It's kind of interesting, Obali there, who has more goals than assists. You do not see that often out of a defenseman. It's kind of curious right there. So he has the ability to score, and perhaps, it speaks to some of the finishing of the forwards, such as, Makari, that he doesn't have a few more assists there. How are they on the rush and stuff like that? When it comes to Sille and Tansky, I mean, again, kind of where you want both of them to be in terms of production. And giveaway wise, it's kind of nice that neither of them lead the team. And even Sille leads the team in takeaways. So you can see kind of the difference between these two guys, the two matchups here is, the point differential and everything. You kind of can see why one team's in the playoff picture, why one team currently on the outside looking in. So I like what Teradi and Obali bring to the table. Again, just from SJ Gaming, everyone is going to just need to do a little bit more here.
We'll see if they can manage to pull it together again as they need to. SJ Gaming, they need all 4 points in this matchup just to have a shot. Their destiny is out of their hands. Let's move over to the goaltending matchup now. For Roots, we see Swag between the pipes against the mustachioed... the mustachioed net. I can't get over it. We've covered a couple of games for SJ Gaming this season. I cannot get over the mustachioed marvel known as Hiatala right now between the pipes for SJ Gaming, as he has been all season long. Both goaltenders playing all 28 games thus far for their team. But again, an advantage sin for Roots when it comes to save percentage amongst these two goaltenders.
Mm-hmm. And when it comes to a playoff team and their goaltender, you're going to need your goaltender to at least be in the top 10 for, at least the two major stats, save percentage and goals against. They have that in Swag, 5th in save percentage, 10th in goals against average. So you can argue, Roots' defense maybe needs a little bit of work in front of him. But at the same time, Swag's doing what he can to keep his team in it. And then you look at Hiatala, not really a leader in any of those categories. And that's not to say that it's necessarily his fault. He can be a very good goaltender, but today he's going to need to be at his very best again, just for his team to stand a chance here. Yeah, very excited to see the men between the pipes kind of duel it out here in this matchup.
Absolutely. Now, Sin, as we move over to the keys to success, again, a thing to note heading into this series, Roots right now not on the best run of form. 1-2-1, 1 win, 1 loss, or 1 win, 2 losses, 1 overtime loss. And for SJ Gaming as well, they have been able to rebound a little bit. You had a double over COVID Esports, outscoring them 7-1 over 2 games before. Unfortunately, running into Linköping on, I believe, Monday, which did not help them too much, being outscored 10-1 over the course of those 2 games. These two teams as well, relatively evenly matched in their first matchup this season. So still so much to play for, again, with Roots battling for seeding at this point. SJ Gaming desperately trying to scratch and claw their way into a postseason spot. So again, we go over to the keys to success for these two teams, starting off with Roots. Now, Sin, we had a fun time here, as we always do with these keys to success. And first and foremost for Roots, you get a puck and you get a puck. Everybody gets a puck. Check under your chairs. 4 players on Roots have over 200 giveaways apiece. Somehow, some way, this team has clinched a playoff spot despite that fact. It is going to it's going to catch up to them eventually. It's going to cost them eventually, and it could cost them valuable seeding in the postseason today. You have to clean up your possession game. 4 players with 200 giveaways is astonishing. Even for a team that tends to dump and chase, it would be an astonishing number. Aside from that, Roots also have 3 players with over 120 hits on the season. Karani, 2 hits away from 100 on the season. They are 3rd in the league, 563 hits amongst them. Could very well hit 600 by the end of this series. So if you are Roots, you need to keep up that physical style that's gotten you to this point. But again, clean up the possession game. And then, of course, we get to the goaltender, as you talked about. We have Swagnificent this season. Top 5 in save percentage while facing an above-average shots per game. The league average is about 11.7 for goaltenders right now. Swag faces an average of 13.5. If he can continue to put up as solid of a save percentage as he has, despite facing that above average amount of shots, Roots will end up with that higher seeding despite some of their concerning issues. That brings us over to the keys for SJ Gaming. Sin, what comes to mind?
Well, the first one here is stay out of the box. We talked about it a bit when we were taking a look at Cascatalo here, but he's not the only one in the top 10. Well, he is, sorry. But Hobley and Terity are right on the brink of that. So you have that many people on your team taking those penalties. It can't be good. Their team is the most penalized team, 99 penalty minutes this season. And Roots, they have 52, and that's fourth. I mean, it's such a huge difference between these two teams. SJ Gaming really needs to improve their discipline because their penalty kill is kind of average. I mean, it's sitting there at 8th, which is actually their best ranked stat. But I mean, if you do something enough, you're going to get quite good at it. And SJ Gaming has been penalty killing quite a bit. But to win a game, you need to spend time in the offensive zone. And SJ Gaming has spent a lot of time on the penalty kill in the defensive zone. That's got to change today. The second one here, dude, where's Makari? We mentioned it in the pregame. You are smiling over there, Tugi. You're loving this right now. Makari needs to find that scoring touch. He has 8 goals this season. He had 13 in the last one. His shooting percentage has dropped from 44.8% to 18.6%. He needs to show up today. There's, the whole team needs to give a better effort, but he is definitely one of these guys that if his team wants to stand a chance of perhaps squeaking into that playoff spot, he's going to have his best 2 games of the season right here if his team is going to pull off the double. Which brings us to our last point here. High hopes. Hiatala, he just needs to shine. He has a sub 80 save percentage, and we talk about it all the time. 80% is where you want to be. He's sitting at, around a 77 right now. Not quite good enough. He needs to have, again, his 2 best games. It's always a team effort. The entire team needs to show up, but, in this case, there's a couple guys here who really need to improve their play across the season and really kind of try to make up for it as much as possible right here. It's Makari, and that is Hiatala. His team is absolutely desperate for these points now. And, he just needs to find it within himself and have, as I said, his best performance.
Absolutely. Sometimes I just can't help myself with the horrific pun game, but, we have Crease saying that is now the pinnacle of the puns to date, which, it's tough to outdo yourself with Mr. Napsally, which I feel like set the bar incredibly high out of the gates, but I am quite proud of myself. I have to be honest. That said, as we continue to set the stage here for the beginning of this series, you got to look at the top 10 skaters to date. Again, nobody in this particular matchup being featured. Every single person here currently on one of the top 4 teams in the league. But Sin, the story of this season, the player of this season, undoubtedly, you're seeing him on screen right now, that being Playmaker of Linköping.
Yeah, his numbers are just ridiculous. I mean, that's over 3 points per game. I mean, if you're getting that kind of production out of someone, your team is going to be successful. And I guess it helps to, be playing with Eki and Patslav and have Kape between the pipes. I mean, Linköping, as you can see, is a stacked team. But what I really find interesting is all 3 top teams have representatives in there, at least 3 of them. And that just goes to show you how important it is to be able to, put up a lot of points when you need to and just be one of those kind of dominant teams. Yeah, the kind of X factor in there is, Nicky Dangles, the guy for H-Reds here, who are, they've kind of been the back and forth. Is it a big 3? Is it a big 4? I think H-Reds at times have seemed a little bit underwhelming against, opponents that they should beat. So let's call it a top, 3.5 there. But it is cool to see him amongst, such, incredible company up there.
Absolutely. That said, Sin, again, as we continue to set the stage, 2 games coming at you to kick things off between Roots and SJ Gaming. Again, Roots currently fighting for seeding. They have already clinched a postseason spot. SJ Gaming need to pull off the double. They have to walk away with all 4 points, but they need a little bit of help. We are keeping an eye on the crucial matchup ongoing right now between H-Reds and Färjestad. If Färjestad pick up 1 win out of the 2 games, they will clinch that final spot in the postseason. However, H-Reds just went up 4-3 midway through the second period of Game 1. So the pressure is on Färjestad right now. It's time to see if SJ Gaming can do their job and walk away with the points that they desperately need. For Roots, 1 win, you improve your own standing and potentially, more than likely, crush the hopes and dreams for SJ Gaming, I should say, all things considered. As we are underway, let's get down to business. Roots, of course, in the green, SJ Gaming in the black and red. We're going to see how this one goes down. Good chance here early on for Roots. Back in front, couldn't get him on the blocker side. Great opportunity for Mikko Buna in the early stages. Puck in front again. Can they get a shot on it? Goes just wide. So a couple of early chances here for Roots. Shaky start for SJ Gaming, but 1 counterattack can change the situation. A little bit of miscommunication there, though, in the neutral zone. They'll bring it all the way back to their end. Again, SJ Gaming, you need all 4 points. No room for error at this stage of the season. Here come Roots down the other side. Mikko Buna still fighting for it. Good bit of defense on display there, though, for SJ. We'll see what they can do here in response. Again, miscommunication at the blue line, Sin. Think it's just nerves or just naturally, some of the early game struggles that we tend to see?
Maybe a bit of nerves here. We saw Roots come out exceptionally hard, and SJ Gaming, I mean, how can you not feel anxiety over a matchup like this? Your life is on the line here.
Close call for your Curry, trying to find Makari in front of net there. Just didn't come to fruition. We'll see what happens here. Now puck still fought on for in the neutral zone. Let's see how this one continues to play out. The neutral zone battle right now continuing to be a factor. SJ Gaming still struggling to gain possession here in the offensive zone. They finally do, but not for long. Roots right back in control of the puck. Let's see how this goes here. They're finding their way over the blue line. Now back down low. Now at the point, 1-timer blocked in front. Loose puck. Mikko Buna just couldn't get a piece of that one. MSJ Gaming now back down the other side. Let's see how they respond. Again, desperately needing the first goal to set the pace. To the point. Blocked down. Good block there for Roots. Both teams right now doing a great job of clogging up the shooting lanes in front. Mikko Buna fighting for it. Terity was there. Recovered. Puck still loose. SJ Gaming, though, able to hold on to it halfway through the first period here. Fairly rapid pace to kick this one off. Keskitalo able to find the pass. He gets it back now. Makari, chance in front. Couldn't tuck it home. Second chance still goes wide for Keskitalo. Back in possession to the point. Blocked down in front. Couple of chances here for SJ Gaming. This puck off a skate. Still recovered. And again, now kick back up to the point. Sin an update. Färjestad now down by 2. SJ Gaming have life. Great job there on defense. We'll see what happens here now. Again, SJ Gaming back in possession. We'll see if they can get through. Apparently now down by 3 are Färjestad, Sin. So this is the time for SJ Gaming. It looks like for Färjestad, it's going to come down to that last game where they can still control their destiny. So for SJ Gaming, must-win situation here. You might have the opportunity that you need. They're back in possession here. Your Curry can't exactly find the space, though. Mikko Buna will track back to protect this one. Trouble there. Opportunity. Big save by Swag. He goes all out to stop your Curry. What a moment there. Huge stop. Let's see if Roots can make the transition. Good spin by Mikko Buna, the step up from Sile. Back down behind the net, and again, opportunity taken away. So Roots right now struggling to get that offensive consistency going. Both teams really are. We'll see if there can be another opportunity. Let's see what happens. Okay, now Roots back in possession. See what they can do here. Puck kicked all the way back down. SJ Gaming back in possession yet again. Obali drops back to Terity. And again, the D-to-D pass is trying to find space on the breakout. Puck recovered, but offside. It's in 27 seconds to go here in the first period. Again, the tension high at this point in time.
Yeah, and the pace was pretty quick there. Not a whole lot of stoppages, not a whole lot of anything. And as you mentioned, Fariastad down in this one. SJ Gaming with a beacon of hope offsides on that play. They had a chance for a one-time look there had they not got a little antsy and crossed the blue line a bit too soon.
I think that's going to be the key for SJ Gaming, that you have to stay aggressive. You need to, I mean, this is it. You have no choice. Despite Fariastad right now trailing, you still need to win both games here. Opportunity blocked down in front. May have actually hit the blocker. Fiatolo, another chance. Potential glove save, and again blocked down in front. And that brings us to the end of the first period. Both teams with some A-grade chances, but neither of them able to take advantage of it. We are still deadlocked. So we're getting a look at the save here by Swag. Not the one that I thought we would see, but that really goes to show how strong of a first period he had for Roots between the pipes.
Yeah, he did really good. He stopped everything he needed, and if you're SJ, you're going to kind of feel a little bit deflated for that, but as you mentioned, they need to stay aggressive. This has to be the most aggressive they've ever played. At this point, what do you have to lose? I mean, if, you know, you don't want to get, you know, over-aggressive, I guess, but at the same time, it's just like you need wins here, so just throw everything at the wall. They only had one registered shot, interestingly, but I felt that they're, you know, applying some pressure there, and the pace was really good. And I think the faster the pace, SJ Gaming will kind of, you know, want to feed off that. And it was just not a whole lot of sustained attack, a lot of back and forth action here. So we'll see if in the second period teams can start sustaining a cycle game and start getting the chances that they want, or, you know, will it kind of stay sort of back and forth here? And if you're Roots, you know, you got to like that period. You're not down, you're not up. It's, you know, you still got a chance here. The pressure is not on you. It's all on SJ Gaming. So Roots has more of the kind of freedom to be able to play their game.
Absolutely. Again, everything that goes down today is based upon the matchup currently going down between Fariastad and H-Reds, as this one's sent all the way down off the side of the net. It'll go down for racing here in the early stages. If Fariastad wins a single game in their two-game series against H-Reds, they clinch the final playoff spot and knock SJ Gaming out of the picture. Right now, H-Reds up 6-3 midway through the third period in that game. So we'll see what Roots can do here in response. A bit of space back down low. Miko Buna in front wasn't able to pull off that shot. So against it, it's got to be tough right now to focus. If you're SJ Gaming, you can't really pay attention to what's going on elsewhere. You just know you have to do your job and hope that previous results in the season aren't enough to kind of just ruin your opportunity here at the last minute. Migo Buna's shot doesn't go through. Still fought on for. Recovered yet again. Karani back to Tansky. The captain tries to make something happen. Nothing there, though. Good job again by SJ Gaming to really shut them down at this point in time. This one dumped in. Recovered by Yakuri. Does he have space? Tried to cut in front. Just couldn't get the space he was looking for. Back again, Makari. Talked about him. A proven goal scorer in the past. Struggled a bit this season. That shooting percentage way down at this point. He's back in possession now. If he can be a difference maker today, Roots may be able to improve their playoff seeding and knock SJ Gaming out of the playoff picture. Sele has this one, dishes it up for Migo Buna's got a bit of space to work with. Now Karani for Roots, looking for space. Sele back down into the corner. And again, the low cycle for Roots. Opportunity on the near post. Hiatala was there, still loose, and fought on for SJ Gaming. Able to recover yet again. Makari looking for space, dishes it off for Robili. Tried the excellent cut into the middle, just didn't pan out through the double team pressure. Rimpe tried to hold it, he couldn't do it. Chance again for SJ Gaming. A little bit of trouble on the double team, but still held in the corner. Kick back out in front. Swag had a little bit of trouble with that one, but Roots back in possession. Sele gains the line. Rimpe looking for space, drops back for Migo Buna. Now again, it's Tansky. Into the corner. Roots trying to get that cycle going, but when are they going to pull the trigger on the shot? There it is. It was blocked down in front, though, by SJ Gaming. Halfway through regulation here. Chance now for Makari. Yakuri down low. A little bit of trouble on the double team. Roots come back up with it. 3-on-2 potentially developing here. Migo Buna takes a huge hit. Sele able to keep it alive. Now down in the corner around the back. Another big hit there. Talked about SJ Gaming's physicality as a team. We're still seeing it here. Chance now again to get reestablished in the neutral zone. See if they can fight their way through. Having a little bit of trouble. Gescatalo onside. Back to the point. Obili shot. Big save by Swag. That one getting through the traffic. Makari drives the net, tried to pass it across, just couldn't get the force. And again, here come Roots. Karani looking for space, gains the line, runs into trouble yet again, though. Roots still struggling to get established in the offensive zone. A bit of traffic here. They fight for the puck. Roots able to come up with it yet again. A couple of quick passes to keep possession. They gain the line here. Rimpe on the back skate still has it. Now it's Tonski yet again. Back down the corner in front for Migo Buna. Big save by Hiatala. That might be his biggest of the day. Another chance, scores! Too many turnovers for SJ Gaming. Roots able to take advantage of it. A clean pass in front. Karani able to bury it. Great feed from Rimpe off the steal. Sin Roots up 1-0.
Yeah, that was just, oh man, the passing of SJ Gaming so far has just been off. Everything, they're way too hesitant in the offensive zone. They haven't been passing quick enough, and right there, on the breakout pass, he had the pass available, but he waited about almost, it felt like a half second to a second, and by the time he made the pass, it was picked off there, and that led to the chance from Roots, and not too much Yaltala could do on that one-timer. He had been so good to that point, but that was a very costly turnover.
Worst case scenario for SJ Gaming as Farjestad's about to drop game 1 to H-Reds. It's 8-3, now 9-3. H-Reds dominating Farjestad. SJ Gaming need to win this game here. Their chance to make the postseason still alive if that first game is any indication. Farjestad would still make the playoffs if every other team fails to take advantage of this opportunity. They're on 29 points. Again, a 4-team tie, I do believe, on 28 points. SJ Gaming included in that, but they're down 1-0 here after the goal by Karani. As Roots able to control that one after the dump and chase into the corner. Seeley handled it well. Roots again into the zone. Rimpe trying to force his way through, unable to do so. And again now a counterattacking chance, but miscommunication as Obali tried to carry that one up. 5.6 to go. One more chance if you win the draw here. But again, giving up a goal, a bad situation, made worse. SJ Gaming need to win this game. See if they can come up with the draw. They do. Chance for Makari. Blocked down in front by Tonski. Sin. That brings us to the end of a fast-moving game. The second period comes to a close. Roots up 1-0. Just 2 registered shots for SJ Gaming thus far.
Yeah, Roots really began to take control of that period. And if you're SJ, you got to be really feeling the pressure now. I mean, they're definitely not feeling like they're playing their best hockey right now. It's showing on the scoreboard, or it's showing in the stats, and unfortunately for them, this is the worst time for these miscues to be happening. They need everything to almost go perfectly in this third period if they even want a chance of getting back into it, because Roots is really making a case for themselves. You know, they're proving now that they are a playoff team. They belong here, and SJ Gaming at the moment, you know, they're fighting for it, but they haven't really shown me that, yeah, we're gonna win these games here. Yes, we belong in these playoffs right now. I want to see them forecheck a little bit harder. I feel like they're dropping back a bit too much as Roots enter again.
Chance for Rimpe, not able to find his way through. Migo Buna tried to dish it back to the point. A final score update for that first game between H-Reds and Farjestad. H-Reds taking it by the convincing score of 9-3. Shot blocked down in front there. Good opportunity for SJ Gaming. Not only on that opportunity for the shot, but again, a good opportunity in general for them here, as Roots just not able to time that one. So again, to keep you updated, SJ Gaming still just 1 point back of Farjestad, technically with a game at hand, this being the game right here. They need to win this one to keep the playoff dream alive. Big blocker saved by Hiatala. That shot deflected all the way from the point. Opportunity again now. Sent back down low. Not the pass Tonski would have wanted for Roots. They try a quick out. And again, Sin, that's been the story of this game so far. Miscommunication for SJ Gaming on the breakouts. Amigo Buna here for Roots. Has a little bit of speed, a little bit of room. Tonski back across. Shot wired wide by Karani. Migo Buna again drives the net. Shot, scores! It's Rimpe this time. SJ Gaming continuing to struggle on the breakouts, and it's coming back to haunt them. Rimpe finds the back of the net, his second point of the game. The leading scorer for Roots does it. Sin, a bad situation, becomes a little bit worse.
Yeah, Roots just continues their aggression. They're feeding off of the mistakes that SJ Gaming are making. Another defensive zone turnover leads to a goal.
Obali tried to pick the corner. Big glove save by Swag there. Great job. That shot light and quick. Really couldn't tell if it went wide or not. So, again, for SJ Gaming right now, an opportunity potentially slipping through your fingers. You got 14 and a half minutes to work with here. A point would put you even on points. with Farjestad, who again occupy that last playoff spot as things stand. Migo Buna, Rimpe, big save by Hiatala. A chance goes to waste for Roots. SJ Gaming avoid that disaster, but they need to tighten things up here. Chance, wraparound doesn't go. Second chance on the far post. Still, they can't find a way to put it home. But a good bit of effort there from Yakuri. Big sauce pass doesn't go. Rimpe is going to be able to chase that one down, but not able to get the inside lane on Abali. So a huge moment here for SJ Gaming on the draw. We talked about Yakuri having the advantage in Sin. There you see it, a timeout here for SJ Gaming. They know how big of a situation this is.
Yeah, they need this face-off win, but I really liked what they were doing on that last shift there. They started putting a lot of pressure on Roots breakout and a couple, close chances right there off of the turnovers, almost sneaking that through on the wrap chance. If you're SJ Gaming, all you kind of need is a bounce at this point to get right back into it, and then, kind of anything can happen. I like the aggression coming out of them now. I wish they would have come out of the gates with that, but, coulda, woulda, shoulda at this point. All they need to focus on is the here and now. Keep up what they're doing right here and try to get Roots off their game, but a huge face-off win by Migo Buna.
Sent down now by Seeley, chased down by Karani. Has a goal in this game, wasn't able to come up with it though. Under 11 and a half minutes now for SJ Game. You still have time, but you need the goal. But again, the struggle to get over the blue line, ever present throughout this game. Roots doing such a good job of shutting them down. Big stretch pass here though. Chance for Yakuri, back over, second pass. Great job by Tansky to get back for Roots. 2-on-1 developing the other way. Migo Buna drives, rebound, another save by Hiatala. Third chance doesn't go. Roots still in possession. Back down low. Tansky's going to pinch for this one. It's down low again. Rimpe, can he protect? He does, still in possession. They work it back to the point. Seeley, shot saved by Hiatala. 8 minutes to play now for SJ Gaming. Can they get back into this? Can they get back into this one again? Roots battling for playoff seeding. SJ Gaming battling for their playoff lives. Chance here for Rimpe over the blue line for Roots. Dishes it for Migo Buna. Backhand doesn't go. Huge opportunity there. Puck still loose. Rimpe has it again. Tried to dish it back in front. He just couldn't find the space. Here's Yakuri yet again. Not able to find space. Roots patrolling the blue line excellently well. This shot deflects wide. Still kept alive. Thrown back in front by Terady. Nobody was there. SJ Gaming still in possession. Here's Yakuri. Down low again. Terady not able to find any space. Turned over. Pass doesn't go. Picked off by Migo Buna. SJ Gaming trying to rely on these extra passes, and it's just not there. Under 4 minutes to play now. Huge hit there at the blue line. SJ Gaming trying to come up with it, but Seeley wins the battle. Turnover, though. Thrown back in front. Seeley breaks that one up. Tansky has trouble on the double team. It's Makari. Dishes it back down low. Chance to get it back in front. There it is. He scores! They needed one. They got it. Yakuri able to dish it in front. Makari was there. Since we talked about his need to put up goals for this team, he gets one. But are they too low on time?
Well, and anything can happen. As I said, they're only down by one. A bounce can change everything, but they're going to need to get the puck back in Roots' zone as soon as possible. But a good entry there from Roots.
Migo Buna fighting for it. Now Rimpe still has it. Migo Buna denied by Hiatala. Huge save. Can SJ Gaming respond? Keskitalo has trouble. Dishes it off to the corner. Now around the back. Makari's going to win the race to this one. Again now Terady for Abali. Blocked down by Rimpe. Still kept alive for SJ Gaming. Dished into the corner. Makari's there. Backhand attempt doesn't go. Migo Buna comes up with it. 45 seconds to play here in the third period. Game 29 of 30. For both teams. Roots have clinched the playoff spot. SJ Gaming, their opportunity is hanging on by a thread. The dump and chase attempt doesn't go. And now Seeley is able to draw the trips in. That might be the death knell for SJ Gaming.
So yeah, it was a great idea by the forechecker right there, and I believe, I think it was I'm getting my colors.
I think it was Yakuri, the centerman, if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you. Yes. So good idea, but unfortunately,
Roots, chance doesn't go for Rimpe. Sin, they don't want to give you the chance to speak here. We'll hear from you in about 20 seconds if Roots have anything to say about it. Chance again down low. Back to the point. Seeley dishes it off for Tansky. Not going to bring it all the way back. SJ Gaming need possession here. 8 seconds to play. Buna sends it all the way down. Hiatala has no choice but to send it up. It's broken up. Sin. Roots are going to walk away with the points here. A huge victory for them. in terms of battling for seeding at this stage of the game. If they're able to walk away with at least one more win, they would jump BRAYCE Phantoms, who we're going to see in action at the conclusion of this series. They would be in 6th. That's about as good as they can finish right now in the league standings. However, the story here is SJ Gaming, as again, Färjestad demolished in Game 1 by H-Reds, the current holders. This is fantastic. You love to see it. A little bit of technical issues you have to deal with us. Sin looks like a best-selling author. I look like I just got sent to the gulag. You do what you have to do. You love to see it. That said, again, for SJ Gaming, a huge opportunity goes to waste. At this point now, you need Färjestad to lose that game. Again, Färjestad and H-Reds currently ongoing in the first period, scoreless thus far. Now for SJ Gaming, you have no choice. You have to win, and now you certainly, if you didn't have to already, Sin, you have to hold out hope that other teams fail to take advantage of their opportunities like they just did there.
Yeah, I mean, although I think, didn't Färjestad have 29 points, or was I reading that wrong?
Färjestad is on 29 points as it stands. You have Vesa Pompa, SJ Gaming, and Ghetto Firebirds on 26.
Yeah, so I think SJ Gaming is now officially out since they didn't grab one. They can only get to 28. So unfortunately for them, their playoff hopes just died with that matchup. Everyone else, though, still alive. We will see if Vesa Pompa can pull off the double later. I mean, they could get up to 50 points, and, well, they're right there in the mix. And it all depends on how Färjestad plays in this next game. But yeah, for SJ Gaming, it was just, you know what I liked? Hiatala played his heart out. The two guys we needed to have, games there, Makari scored, and Hiatala was making save after save after save, and the only time he allowed a goal was when, his team turned it over in the defensive end, and he was kind of stuck on an island there, and Roots was just able to capitalize on a rough situation. But other than that, I mean, there's times Hiatala made 3 saves in a row, 2 saves in a row, and they were not pushovers. They were some big chances right there. I think he had an excellent game, but unfortunately for him and SJ Gaming, they just simply weren't able to create the offense, and their mistakes absolutely cost them in the long run. Sorry. And yeah, I think it was you said it was Yakari who took that penalty at the end, or Keskitalo?
It was Yakari, I believe. Number 98 was the one to go to the box there. So unfortunate. You had to be aggressive. It just didn't pan out. Again, we're trying to keep you as updated as we can situation-wise here, as, again, it is our final broadcast of the regular season, and it is an ever-evolving situation when it comes to the playoffs. But to confirm, as Sin mentioned, SJ Gaming dropping points in that first game, they are now officially eliminated. So all SJ Gaming have to play for right now, quite a bit, actually. It's not just like, oh, okay, you're out of the playoffs. It's no longer important. Not only can you hand the Roots lineup perhaps a little bit more difficult of a postseason matchup, as again, Roots have clinched their postseason spot, but if you are SJ Gaming, you're still not technically out of dodge, I do believe, when it comes to the relegation games. It's actually incredibly close. They might just be ahead of Luleå. So for SJ Gaming, you still got a bit to play for here in this upcoming matchup. But again, officially eliminated from playoff contention. So when it comes to that 8th and final seed, it is either going to be Färjestad, Vesa Pompa HC, who we will see in action later on in this broadcast. They're taking on BRAYCE Phantoms, who are also currently in the playoff picture with a spot clinched, and Ghetto Firebirds also still alive. An update from that game, Färjestad and H-Reds. H-Reds up 2-0. So right now, Färjestad's on the ropes, Sin, when it comes down to it. Again, a very tough matchup against H-Reds, currently in 5th place. Actually, now up to 4th place. They have passed Unlucky Boys. So we thought H-Reds had a chance to make it a Big Four. It looks like they are going to finish in 4th place on 40 points, unless Färjestad can pull this one back. So we'll see. I mean, it'll be up to Vesa Pompa a little bit later on, or perhaps Ghetto Firebirds to potentially take away that 8th seed away from Färjestad, as you get a look at the bracket or at the current standings. Again, not 100% updated. H-Reds game not currently reported in, but again, we know That was a big 9-3 victory for them, so they will finish this season in 4th place, unless BRAYCE Phantoms are able to tie them up. But again, we do fully expect H-Reds at this point to end up on 40 points. So again, as it stands, you look at that left side of the bracket, where you want to be. The top 7 teams confirmed, but we still don't know who else is going to make it and what the seeding is ultimately going to be. There you see Roots. They are postseason bound. SJ Gaming, unfortunately, the result of that last game, not able to take advantage. They are going to be on the outside looking in. It's game 2. Roots looking to improve their standing as things stand. Again, battling for a better playoff spot, better playoff positioning as we get things underway. The final regular season matchup for both of these teams. We'll see how it plays out. Again, Roots picking up the 2-1 victory. And again, as always, we hope you are enjoying. Again, more ECL Elite Division action. Playoffs kick off on Monday, of course, brought to you by IS Sports and Prismic Gaming. Puck in front there, picked off by Seeley. Great opportunity again goes to waste. And Sin, that was kind of the story of game 1 for SJ Gaming, but they're looking like they're coming out of the gates a little bit more motivated in this one. Too little, too late for them, unfortunately. As Migo Buna able to protect this one. Still looking for space. Back to the point. Seeley for Tonski. Can't get it through. Migo Buna does! Somehow, some way, that puck finds a way through all the traffic. Migo Buna picking up his 17th goal of the season, and Roots are up 1-0 early.
Yeah, that almost looked like it kind of pinballed around there in the crease because Hiatala was on the right side of the net, and I can't really tell from that replay there if he was just out of position or kind of got caught in an animation and the puck changed direction on him. Either way, Roots up early once again, and yeah, SJ Gaming had that chance with the the pass in front, but Sile and Tonski have just been incredible at neutralizing those net front chances. And that's what separates, the good from the great teams. And right now, Roots in a playoff spot because of play like that from their defensemen.
Absolutely. Again, looking to walk into the playoffs on as high of a note as possible. That shot from Makari blocked down in front. The lone goal scorer for SJ Gaming in game 1. Opportunity here now. Rimpe with space. Tries to go back. Can't tuck it home. Good interception there by Makari, but still having a little bit of trouble. Rimpe still fighting for it. Always a danger around the near post. Not able to find space again. Has it. Back to the point for Sile. Looking for space. Has options. Takes the lane. Big save by Hiatala. SJ Gaming right now, again, struggling to really get that defensive structure going. A brute force attempt. Chance again. Shot wide by Keskitsalo. They recovered here, though. Yakuri still has it down in the corner. Back to the point. It's Terity. Looking shot. Score! Deflection in front. Makari is able to get a piece of that one. Sin, we said he needed to wake up. 2 goals in as many games. But again, too little, too late for SJ Gaming.
Yeah, too little, too late for the playoffs, but good on Makari right now, putting himself in position to get those goals. He's got his team's only 2 goals thus far in this series. That's very good for him, obviously. Kind of gives him a bit of a boost of confidence here. And yeah, if FJ Gaming can pull off this victory here, they really keep themselves away from the relegation chances.
Absolutely. Again, no, an unfortunate situation for them. H-Reds up 3-0 on Farjestad in the second period. So again, no other option for SJ Gaming but to look at this as a wasted opportunity. They have the puck down low here. Wrap around, they score! It's Yakuri able to catch Swag off guard. SJ Gaming rebound to take a 2-1 lead. A little bit bittersweet though.
Definitely bittersweet, but I mean, this is something to build on and sort of look forward to next season. I mean, they kind of already have to be looking to that. I really like that from Yakuri there. He's the goal leader on the team for a reason. A beautiful wraparound chance right there for the go-ahead goal. I mean, that's a good look for him. Good job, SJ Gaming. Let's see if they can continue this and, pull off a win against the playoff team. That's got to give them a bit of confidence going into next season.
Absolutely. Yakuri, the leading scorer for SJ Gaming, entering play today. He finds the back of the net yet again. And SJ Gaming right back in on the attack. One-timer bid doesn't go through. Loose puck in the corner, fought on for. And recovered for the moment by Roots. We'll see if they can hold on to it, and they do. A great pass there by Karani. Series of passes now. Stile in the neutral zone of the blue lines. Karani yet again, the big spin to hold on to it. Tried to get it down low. Good interception by Terity. bit of miscommunication there at the line. Obali having a little bit of trouble with the pressure. They send it all the way down. This will go down for icing with a Rey Mysterio approved 6:19 remaining here in the first period. Again, the second game of 2 between Roots and SJ Gaming. Unfortunately for SJ Gaming, their playoff hopes came to an end at the hand of Roots in that first game. Roots, though, again, still battling for playoff positioning. As we'll see what happens here off another icing. 5:50 remaining now here in the first period. H-Reds just scored again, Sin. If I'm not mistaken, now it is a 5-0 lead for H-Reds now. So Farjestad had an opportunity. It looks like they're just going to have to hold on to dear life and hope that teams like SJ Gaming don't make the most of it. Huge save by Swag on the secondary opportunity. SJ Gaming have to be kicking themselves right now. They had control of their own destiny in the palm of their hands, and they let it slip. We'll see whether or not the likes of Ghetto Firebirds or Vesa Pompa end up going the same way, or if they're able to knock Farjestad out of the playoffs. So again, that next series coming up for you. BRAYCE Phantoms and Vesa Pompa. Playoff implications still on deck. Going to be very intrigued to see how that one plays out, so stick with us here as we continue your coverage of the final game day here. ECL Elite Division Season 10. Again, the playoffs just around the corner starting this Monday. Once again, SJ Gaming in on the attack. Makari, the big spin, wanted to go back to the backhand. Could not do it. Sile feeds Rimpe. Now over to the other side. It's Karani. A couple of quick passes, and again, it's in a series of offsides. 1:40 to play here in the first period.
Yeah, and you mentioned SJ Gaming kind of feeling like they're kicking themselves, and with the way they're playing so far in that one, I mean, they really have to be. This game is like a night and day difference from the last one. They've gotten off to such a better start. Still some turnovers in their own end, but I mean, they've gotten 2 goals, and they've looked so much better here. If they had just played last game as they are here, great Omaha pass.
Rimpe's there. Migo Buna just can't make the play. Great job by Obali to get a piece of that one. Rimpe timed that perfectly. This one will go down. 3 seconds to play, and that will do it for the first period. So a much better start for SJ Gaming, playing for pride at this point in time. They take a 2-1 lead into the second period.
Yeah, and, you know, they doubled their shots that they did last time across the first 2 periods, and yeah, it almost seems like a different team right now in SJ Gaming, and it's unfortunate that it had to come in this game and not that first one where they could have had a chance, you know, to kind of push themselves up, but at this point, as you mentioned, they're playing for pride, playing to maintain their spot in the Elite League and not have to, you know, do a relegation match and just try to start looking forward to next year and see where they can improve their gameplay. And one of the first things has got to be limiting the turnovers in their own end. I think that's their main Achilles heel right now. Hiatala, when he needs to, he can make some saves, but those turnovers, those quick change of directions in your own zone gives a goalie little time to adjust.
Absolutely. We'll see how Roots are able to respond here. Again, still fighting for better playoff seeding. We're not going to know. They can finish on a maximum of 35 points. Here's Rimpe. The shot doesn't go through for Karani. As Rimpe again tries to throw it back to the point. Sile, the big step up. A little bit of space there. Just not able to recover the puck. Finally, SJ Gaming are able to settle it. For Roots as it stands, you can finish anywhere between 6th and 8th heading into tonight. The opportunity again there, though, just doesn't go for SJ Gaming. Good job by Sile. Talked about Roots and Tansky on defense. We perhaps jinxed them a little bit by praising them as we did, as we so often do. As again, picked up here at the blue line. A scramble for the puck right now. Tough action to call. As both teams right now just really unable to establish that strong possession game that they're looking for. SJ Gaming, though, gaining the zone. Chance here for Tarity. Now down low into the corner. The spin move doesn't quite work. Makari not able to hold on to that one down low. Here's Rimpe, 2-on-1 developing. That was a great poke check, though, by Tarity to take away that 2-on-1. Migo Buna offside.
Yeah, really good play by Tarity. Even if you don't create the turnover, oftentimes you can create the slightest of adjustment from the player trying to break that in, which can put the teammate offside. It's a very good effort there on a developing 2-on-1 to, keep that from becoming a threat to Hiatala in the back end.
Absolutely. Roots able to gain the blue line here. They send it down and around. Nobody there, though. They back off the pressure as well. SJ Gaming cleaning up their breakout play a little bit more. It's something that really cost them in that first game. A little bit of a tour of the neutral zone here, trying to find space. They finally gain the zone, but the pass is off the mark. have to reset. 8 minutes gone now here in the second period. 2-1 lead for SJ Gaming. They're back on the attack here. A little bit of trouble for GOALIE. Has space, tries the near side. Can't beat Swag there, though. Puck off the side of the goal. Swag's able to recover that one. So a 2-1 lead right now. 11:01 remaining here in the second period. Again, an update from that game. It is 5-1 H-Reds over Farjestad heading into the third period. So, again, difficult result for SJ Gaming. The opportunity slips through their fingers. We'll see whether or not the same happens for Ghetto Firebirds or Vesa Pompa. Roots tie this game up. Great shot there as we are all tied up at 2 apiece. That is Karani yet again. Rimpe setting up another play. He's been spectacular today so far, Sin.
Yep, and just an in-tight chance right there that he's able to shoot 5-hole, and that's kind of been the difference between Sile Tonske and Terry GOALIE. I mean, Terry GOALIE have had some good plays, but they haven't been able to kind of keep the puck away from the front of the net right there. Another in-tight opportunity for Roots that they bury, and it's Karani sneaking it 5-hole, and it's an unfortunate situation. You're not always able to get those intercepts, but you got to do your best as possible as a defenseman to kind of box out and always have yourself in a position to be able to pick those off.
Spectacular stuff here. Let's see how Roots can continue to respond. Rimpe and Karani, the two wingers for Roots, have been tremendous so far tonight. Opportunity now for SJ Gaming in response. Makari back to the point. Shot, big save. Rebound was there. Deflected out of midair for Yakuri. Swag says no. Puck still loose. Kick back out to the point. GOALIE's there for SJ Gaming. The move doesn't go, but Yakuri is able to recover possession. Taking a little bit of time. Keskitalo in the corner. Puck on net, and it's going to be off a penalty call. So no goal there, I was going to say. Swag didn't move. That would have been a very interesting goal, as it is going to be Rimpe to the box. So a power play here for SJ Gaming. Great chance to get back on top in this one.
Definitely. I mean, they need this one. It starts with a face-off here, and unfortunately, they don't win it. The puck will be cleared. The 12th ranked power play SJ Gaming has. It just seems like their offensive stats are just kind of bottom of the barrel in a lot of ways.
This one dished back. Puck still doesn't go. Again, keeping an eye on the results around the league as we continue to see how the playoff picture sorts itself out. You have Linköping winning their first game of the night, tying Havu Gaming for second. It's going to come down to the individual matchups there if Linköping were to drop points in their next one. If they win their final game of the season, they will be the #1 seed as defending champions. SJ Gaming still on the power play here. 15 seconds to go on the man advantage. See if they can find their way through. Shot blocked down in front. So Roots survived the kill. Let's see what they can do on the counterattack. And the answer is immediately have possession right back to SJ Gaming. So we'll see what happens here. Apparently Linköping potentially in trouble. See how that one plays out. What a play. What a pass. What a goal. SJ Gaming back on top. Sin, that was a phenomenal spin to maintain possession. And all in all, SJ Gaming right back in this one.
Yeah, not only does that spin maintain possession, but it gets him to open up a passing lane right there for the one-timer, and GOALIE makes no mistake. But what a play by Yakuri there on the spinorama pass, and just perfectly placed. He did everything he needed to do. Sometimes the pass is prettier than the goal, and in that case, that is definitely what happened there. Excellent bit of playmaking there from Yakuri.
Shout out to Timothy in chat as well, being a man of his word. You love to see someone supporting the content, Sin.
Oh yeah, respecting the content.
Puck dumped in by SJ Gaming here. 3 minutes to play now in the second period. Puck in front, still fought on for. And it doesn't quite go. SJ Gaming still on the attack. Makari. Now it's Keskitalo winning it back. Takes a little bit of a hit. GOALIE holding it. Tries the big skill move. Not able to pull it through, though. They're still in possession. Sin an update. Linköping lose their final game of the season to non-playoff team Gotham Knights. Big save there by Hiatala. Gotham Knights played their normal center in goal, and he beat Linköping. A regular David Ayers story, but that will secure the #1 seed for Yip Ivaskala. Heading into the postseason, we are currently unclear as to who is taking the second and third seed between Havu and Linköping, finishing with identical records. We're going to have to wait to hear from those behind the scenes in terms of who has the tiebreaker based on the regular season matchup between Havu and Linköping. But to confirm, Jip Jyväskylä have clinched the number 1 seed heading into the postseason. Havu and Linköping will be either 2 or 3 as the playoff situation continues to unfold. H-Red Sin up 6-1 over Färjestad. So again, we talked about that. Make that 7-1. They score here and now. So the big thing heading into our next matchup, Sin, at the conclusion of this game, is that you're going to have an opportunity for Vesa Pompa or Ghetto Firebirds to jump Färjestad for that 8th seed, a chance that SJ Gaming, unfortunately, weren't able to take advantage of by losing that first game. They are still winning 3-2 in this one, though.
Yeah, and I mean, what an opportunity for Vesa Pompa here in this next series. A team that was in Pro Division last year, a team that we saw at the bottom of the standings for so long in this season, and here they are. They'll have a chance to perhaps be a playoff team in their first foray into the Elite Division. What a story that would be. But here we are. SJ Gaming still got to try to finish this one off. You know, booster coffee. Oh, what a
chance
pass
for Migo Buna. Scores! What a start for Roots. Sin, you want to talk about SJ Gaming finishing off the season on a good note, allowing Migo Buna to score in 22 seconds is not how you would have imagined that plan beginning.
Wow. What? I mean, I said it just out of amazement during when it was happening, but what a pass that was, and he sneaks it in just before the pads of Hiatala can close off that point when he was stacking them. I didn't even catch who that was. I was still kind of so busy talking. I don't know if that was Sile or Tonski with the saucer pass. Just an unreal pass to set up that breakaway, and the defense of Teradi and Abali kind of caught napping there.
It was confirmed to be Sile on the pass, the leading defenseman of the group. I mean, 20 points for him compared to Tonski's 19 heading into this game, but Sile a couple more assists on the season, gets another one there. Roots now evening this one up at 3 apiece. SJ Gaming back on the attack, though. Yakuri tried to feed it in front, just doesn't go. An opportunity again for Roots, still fighting for better seeding. This is a huge 2 points for them, potentially, depending on how other results go around the league. Dished in front, all the way back to the point. Sealand Tonski, the bomb deflects wide. Just couldn't find its way through. 3 minutes gone here in the third period of play, the second and final game of the series between these two. Their final games of the regular season. That shot is blocked down in front. Rimpe able to feed Migo Buna. Bit of space, has Karani with them. Good defense there, though, by SJ Gaming as Teradi is able to feed the puck out. A little bit of trouble there, recovered by Makari. Can't get the shot on goal. 5 minutes gone now. Again, a little bit of trouble here for Roots on the breakout. SJ Gaming, again, playing for pride right now. Really stepping up the intensity on this forecheck. Still, though, Roots able to survive that pressure and get the puck out. Rimpe not able to work his way through 3 defenders. SJ Gaming able to solidify their defense well. Let's see what happens here on the counterattacking breakout. Teradi looking for that little bit of space. They're able to get it over the line. Good defense there, though, by Karani for Roots. But again, you see that little bit of extra aggressiveness for SJ Gaming. Might have come back to haunt them there. That went off the side of the net. Sauce pass from Migo Buna. Not able to find its intended target. Might have been looking to just play it off the pads and maybe see what happens. And tied at 3. This one dumped in. SJ Gaming trying to get a different look here. Big hit there, Sin. That is as easy of a call as you'll ever see. Roots going to the power play. Shot and a big save by Hiatala. Tonski tried to pick the corner. Only 2 minutes on the boarding call for Yakuri. He takes the seat. The center for SJ Gaming out for 2 minutes.
Yeah, definitely could have been a 5 had someone gotten injured on the play, so he's got to be thanking his lucky stars right there. But here come Roots on the power play.
See what happens here at the point. Sile, a little bit of space. Shot blocked down in front. Teradi is able to successfully clear. We'll see if Makari makes a push. That one on goal. Swag forced into the cover. Risky business there. That one nearly found its way into the back of the net.
Wow, just imagine if that would have been the next go-ahead goal for SJ Gaming right there. What a weird bounce off the boards. Unfortunately, Swag, was in a good enough position to kind of get the cover.
You never know what's going to happen. Tonski brings it down the half wall, now back. Tonski again now in the corner. Struggling to find space, able to dish it around. Rimpe has it. Again now Karani down low. They're looking for that space, looking for the openings. It's just not there. Makari trouble. Puck off the boards, but not out. Sent down low. Miga Buddha scores! What patience! What a heads-up play there. SJ Gaming again struggling to get the puck out of their own zone. Had the pass option for Rimpe Hiatala a bit, and it's an open net to shoot at. It is Roots now back on top in this one.
Yeah, an unfortunate play right there for Hiatala, but, you know, with such an in-tight chance like that, he kind of has to play the pass. Oftentimes, if you charge that up enough, the defenseman can't do much to intercept it. So, Migo playing the odds right there, and Hiatala doing the same, and Migo comes out on top, and it's 4-3 now for Roots. They've taken the lead.
SJ Gaming on the attack here, an opportunity, pass back, second chance, shot on, and a stop by the netminder Swag for Roots. 6.5 minutes to go here now. A back-and-forth final game of the season for both of these two teams. And don't go anywhere, though. At the conclusion of this series, we have 2 more games for you between Vesa Pompa, looking to keep their season alive, and playoff-bound BRAYCE Phantom shot on deflect off a defenseman and in. It's Obali who's able to find the back of the net. Sin, they picked a hell of a time for this back-and-forth game. Obali, his 9th goal of the season. You talked about it. More of a goal scorer, more goals than assists. He adds another one.
And that one, bit of a fortunate one, but I'm sure he'll take it. Just firing that puck on net, and it bounces around and finds the 5-hole, I believe, on Swag. So Obali, a 2-goal game here, having himself quite a game. But yeah, you said it. Hell of a time for the back and forth. If this was the last game, oh man, SJ Gaming really putting themselves in a position to make a playoff push. But as it stands now, just kind of improving their numbers here at the end.
Sometimes you don't get the storybook ending, unfortunately. But still, again, SJ Gaming playing for pride and really pushing a playoff-bound team here to the limit. Opportunity now again. Yakuri has it in the corner. Down low from Makari. Couple of quick passes. Big interception. Karani has all day. He's in. Scores! What a goal. What patience. Roots back on top. Nothing Hiatala could do there.
An absolutely perfect read, and it was both Rimpe and Karani up at the point there, so they read that play to a T. They knew the D-to-D pass was going, and both of them there for a possible intercept. It's Karani who gets it and tucks it on the breakaway.
Charity back down low. Loose puck in front does not go. Opportunity again now. Rimpe able to find Karani yet again. Not able to dish it across, but he is able to draw the trip. 1:15 to go in this game, and we will see Roots go back on the power play here. Again, Sin, you talked about it. A perfect read as we get another look at the goal off the skate 5-hole, as Obali was able to pick that one up. But again, in the immediate aftermath, as clean of a breakaway as you will ever see for Karani of Roots to put his team back up on top.
Yep, and just another unfortunate situation for SJ Gaming. They take yet another late penalty, and it will probably seal their fate here. There's a bit more time than there was in the last one, but the biggest thing here is SJ Gaming, your stamina bars. If you're already low, you're kind of, already screwed, and you only have a couple shots to try to, make some play happen, and then your stamina bars are going to be depleted with the, and on the penalty kill. It just does not refresh and recharge quick enough here, but they're making a push.
Chance here, step in, shot saved by Swag, second chance, kicked back out. Keskitalo, the opportunity on the doorstep. Here's Karani, he draws the trip. A 5-on-3 advantage coming up now. That's Makari, the left winger there for SJ Gaming, going to the box. So, Sin, if it wasn't looking like it was over before, we'll see if Roots can put this one out of reach and get that insurance goal. 5-on-3 for the rest of the way here in regulation. Easy for me to say. Again, the chance here. Migo Buna, the net drive. Hiatala comes up with it. He'll play it out. No dunk attempt there. Again, this one off the pads. Karani dishes it back to the point. Sile sends it back down low. 25 to go in the regular season. The season in general for SJ Gaming. Migo Buna back for Karani. Blocked well by Keskitalo. He feeds Obali. And again, now the chance here. They're over the line. Can they make something happen? Kescatalo can't get it. Karani for Migo Buna. Sin, it's a 3-on-0 over. Big time effort, but not enough for Hiatala. What a play, what a set of passes. Migo Buna ices it. And all things considered, an excellent way for Roots to head into the postseason. They pull off the double against SJ Gaming.
Absolutely. That was like something out of the Mighty Ducks movie. The Flying V failed, and back comes the other team with a 3-on-0. And goodness gracious, they make no mistake right there. I was almost half expecting to see a drop pass back, and then the pass backdoor, just a little bit of flair from Roots, but they opt for the, just the back and forth, and then the, as you said, the icing on the cake goal, taking no chances here, taking a 2-goal lead here at the tail end of the third, and that will do it. Roots really improving their chances for better seeding.
You have to feel bad for Hiatala with the way those last 2 goals went in. A 4th goal of the game for Migo Buna, over the 20 mark now on the season. Roots pulling off the double. They'll finish this year with 15 wins out of 30. They are playoff bound. Again, SJ Gaming, their postseason efforts, that dream came to a close at the end of the first result of this game, playing for pride in this one, and unfortunately, it just didn't come together for them. What a goal there by Karani, again, as open of a breakaway as you will ever see in competitive sixes at this level. We still have a lot more to break down for you guys in the aftermath of that one. Again, I am here live from the Gulag, Sin on location, getting ready to release his next New York Times bestseller. We'll have the webcams back up for you here as we get ready for our second series. So we'll look to wind things down here for a moment. Again, all things considered for SJ Gaming, just an unfortunate turn of events, not able to take advantage of the opportunity that was at hand for them. For Roots, again, as it stands on 35 points, currently in 6th place in the season standings. We'll see what happens, though, because the team they just jumped by 1 point, BRAYCE Phantoms, they're coming up next. They're taking on Vesa Pompa HC, who have the opportunity to work their way into the playoffs if they can take both games against the playoff-bound German powerhouse. We will be back after a short break. Thank you very much for joining us. We hope you stick with us. Again, don't go anywhere. BRAYCE Phantoms and Vesa Pompa HC coming up. It is the last day of the regular season, and there's still a lot more to cover as the playoff picture becomes a little bit more clear. And welcome back, everybody, to this presentation, again, of the ECL Elite Division Season 10, right here on NHLGamer.com. Again, bear with us as some technical issues are resulting in Sin and I's beautiful faces not being able to be seen live and in living color. But again, the static images of me looking like a serial killer and Sin looking handsome as ever will have to suffice. Sin, how you feeling after that first series and for what we have on deck coming up?
Well, still a chance for a team to go 2-0 here and push themselves into the playoff picture, at least temporarily. Vesa Pompa, if they're able to pull off the double here, they can be in that 8th spot. So this is a huge matchup.
Absolutely. So again, a lot to break down for you here, not just with this individual matchup, but the current playoff structure as things stand. Let's get a look at the standings as we currently have them, if they are available, and there you see it. So, as confirmed, Yippee Vaskala taking the number 1 seed, Linköping dropping their final game of the season to 15th ranked Gotham Knights, who apparently were running their center as their goaltender, if I'm not mistaken. So, a shocking update, or a shocking upset from Gotham Knights over Linköping. Linköping, however, taking the 2nd seed over Havu Gaming on a tiebreaker. So the top 3 are locked into place. H-Reds pulling off the double over Farjestad. And Sin, as you see it, off of tiebreaker. Farjestad, because of that, outside of the playoff picture. So it looked as though Checkmate were completely out of it. That is not the case. They are back into the playoff hunt. That said, we still have some games to figure out. Again, this series coming up between BRAYCE Phantoms and Vesa Pompa. For BRAYCE Phantoms, it's simple. You're already in the postseason. It's just a matter of the seeding. You are currently in 7th. You can finish as high as 5th. If you win both of these games, you will jump Unlucky Boys and seal a matchup against H-Reds in the first round. For Checkmate, though, again, right now, you're hanging on by a thread, unfortunately. Again, bit of a rough situation for you because right here, right now, we're going to figure out if Vesa Pompa can get the job done. If they win both games, they bounce Checkmate out. The same thing goes for Ghetto Firebirds and their final 2 games of the season. So, Sin, a lot to play for in this upcoming series. Again, BRAYCE Phantoms battling for seeding. Vesa Pompa trying to do what SJ Gaming could not do in the series that we just covered. If they win both games, they're in the playoffs unless Ghetto Firebirds pull off the same feat, although I do believe off a tiebreaker, wins being the first tiebreaker, the Vesa Pompa, of course, would stay above Ghetto Firebirds, who have 12 overtime losses. That is why they are still in the playoff hunt. So with that said, we do want to get down to the action as soon as possible for this, again, gigantic series to help figure out what it is going to be, what the playoff situation is going to be. So let's get you a look at the lineups here as you see them now. For the German powerhouse, BRAYCE Phantoms on that left-hand side, we have Krinke, Playmaker, and Profane Kiss. Mannheimer and Psycho Skills on defense, RPH in goal. For Vesa Pompa, we have the not often seen Vilupoika, if I'm not mistaken. If I botch a name, you're gonna have to just put up with it for now. Jurgeli as well, leading the way as the center, and of course Ekin is always a staple of this lineup. Speaking of staples of the lineup, Antonio and Laminens on defense, and Disco Cricken, who really started to establish himself as the #1 goaltender. So we postulated whether or not he'd be able to do so. He's back between the pipes tonight.
Yeah, and it's quite the boon for him, and it looks like it's been quite the boon for Vesa Pompa as they have vaulted themselves up through the lineup. And I think if you're Vesa Pompa here, you at least want to get yourself 3 points out of this matchup. 3 points would pretty much guarantee you away from the relegation spots, and it would actually put you in a tiebreak situation, for the possible 8th spot, unless of course Ghetto Firebirds gets the 2 wins. But I mean, and if you're able to get the 4 points here, if you're Vesa Pompa, you're there and you're securely in there. So a huge matchup for Vesa Pompa, especially. And if you're BRAYCE Phantoms, great job from them throughout the course of the season, especially in the second half, to really put themselves in a playoff position. They had a bit of a rougher start, but they've been kind of on a tear in the last few.
I mean, absolutely. And again, there's so much to talk about with these two teams and how things have played out over the past few years. I mean, you talk about it, both of these teams newly promoted. Again, you had Vesa Pompa. I am trying to remember exactly, and I unfortunately cannot, but both of these teams working their way up from pro last year and really just trying to essentially make the best of it. I mean, these are two teams that have had very interesting journeys. Excuse me, actually, it was, I am a little bit mistaken there. I want to get this right, though, because both of these teams have had a very interesting journey, both in pro. Of course, you had the Phantoms, and they were under Deadly Phantoms, being back in pro in Season 7, now back up in Elite through Season 8 and 9. It's been a very interesting journey, and again, it's interesting to see that the Phantoms have already had a playoff spot locked down. We're going to see if Vesa Pompa can do the same thing. Let's get to the individual matchups, Sim. We're not going to race through these, but we're going to race through these. We'll start off, as always, with the center matchups. Let's get down to business here. It is Playmaker for the BRAYCE Phantoms against Jurgeli. Sin, is it as simple as just, hey, the point totals are what they are, the advantage to the Phantoms?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they seem to have, the better offensive output right now. And, as we mentioned a lot throughout the course of the season, it's a tough adjustment going from pro to elite, as Vesa Pompa, has had to do. And yeah, so the point total is obviously in Playmaker's favor, and the faceoff percentage slightly in his favor, although Jurgeli, quite comparable there, but Jurgeli is going to have to stay out of the box. 30 penalty minutes, 4th in the entire league. And you sound muted.
A little bit of a mute there. We're okay. We're going to make it work. Technical issues aside, for today, we're going to make it through, damn it. Let's move over to the winger matchup now as well. For the BRAYCE fans, we have Krinke and Profane Kiss for Vesa Pompa. Again, the not often seen Villapoika and Ekin on the flip side, but Villa has been a phenomenal player for Vesa Pompa this season, Sin, when he's been in the lineup.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, the point totals don't lie. 33 in 16. I mean, compared to Ekin there with 36 in 28. I mean, he has just been a huge booster for this Vesa Pompa team, and probably, again, a big contributing factor to their down the stretch performance. And him being in the lineup today, I think, gives them a real shot here at getting those 3 or 4 points that they need to vault themselves into the playoff hunt again.
Absolutely. Moving over to the defensive matchup now as well. For the German side, we have Mannheimer and Psycho Skills of the BRAYCE fans for Vesa Pompa. Again, the often seen Antonio and Lemonenson. What stands out?
I think what stands out the most to me is kind of with Antonio and Lemonens. They have, in the past, are both extremely capable at putting up points here. When it comes to the Elite League, they're definitely on a slower pace, I guess. That hard to find the correct adjective right there, but yeah, it's slower pace for both of them. So the learning curve has been a bit different going from pro to elite. They've definitely had to, take in their defensive play a bit more into consideration a bit more. And, as we know, Antonio kind of really loves to just jet down that left side of the ice, and probably unable to do that with as much speed due to just the excellent neutral zone play from each of these teams. And it comes to Mannheimer, Psycho Skills, both of them, really putting up the points here. Psycho Skills, though, you need to score a goal, man. That 0, that goose egg. Let's see if he can put one up in this game. But an excellent assist guy, tied for 4th on his own amongst all defensemen, and points is tied for 6th. So both defensemen for the BRAYCE Phantoms love to put up points, and they're quite solid defensively. Look for a lot of one-time options for the BRAYCE Phantoms. They love that, especially sneaking in those point guys.
Absolutely. And with that, we move over to the goaltending matchup. RPH between the pipes for the Phantoms. On the flip side, it is Disco Cricken, who, again, he and Toonborg kind of taking that 1-2 role in goal for Vesa Pompa. It's going to be Disco today, though. 79% save percentage. You can kind of see why they're going with him, Sim, but a fairly even matchup.
Yeah, and it also just seems like Vesa Pompa has played better in front of Disco Cricken. Oftentimes we talk about the save percentage being the individual stat, the goals against average being more the team stat, and Disco Cricken's goals against average is good enough for a tie for 6th, which for a team on the outside looking in currently in the playoffs is a very good stat to have. So don't know what it is. It's hard to say that, he's an objectively better goaltender than Toonborg, because we've seen Toonborg just, be outstanding, but it is kind of an interesting stat seeing that Vesa Pompa seemingly playing better in front of him. And RPH on the other side, his save percentage probably not where he wants it to be. But again, he's actually on the tie with Disco Cricken there. They're both sitting there in 6th place. But RPH, he can have those big games. Tied for 3rd in shutouts with 5. So if he's on his game, Vesa Pompa is going to be in trouble. But if he's maybe having one of those off games, Vesa Pompa, a real chance here to get the 2-0.
Absolutely. With that, let's quickly move to our keys to success as we get ready here for the start of this very important series for the BRAYCE Phantoms. Let's break this down. First and foremost, skills to pay, well, the bills in a way. His internet service provider to be able to play online, and he does so very well. 2nd elite season, his first one as a starter for Psycho Skills on defense, and he has been fantastic and a big factor to the Phantom's success. As Sin mentioned, he is tied for 6th in points amongst defensemen with 29, all of them being assists, where he ranks 4th in that category. Then, on the flip side, you have his partner, the German Hammer, as I'm calling him, Dennis Seidenberg-esque, we see Mannheimer, who, while Psycho Skills might not have the goals, Mannheimer does. Top 10 in goals amongst defensemen with 5. He is tied for 7th. If he can keep hammering home chances from the point, it could be a very good night for the Brace Phantoms as they continue to look to improve their playoff seeding. And last but not least, the special teams battle. Brace Phantoms, 3rd best power play in the league against a very good penalty kill for Vesa Pompa, 81% on the kill. But here's the key. Vesa Pompa take the 4th most penalty minutes in the league, so this should be a prominent battle that the Phantoms will look to win. Sin, with that, what do you have in mind for Vesa Pompa? What do they have to do?
Well, we see it. We talked about it a bit in the lineups, but first off here, part-time. Villapoca may not be a teacher as the Indiana Jones reference would go, but despite playing only half the games here for the team, he is 2nd in the way of points, 6 away from the leader. That's a pretty remarkable statistic to have on a team that was, kind of for a lot of times struggling to put up offense. They have really started to come alive since he has joined the lineup, and he's the only one there averaging more than 1 goal a game. They've won the majority of the games with him in the lineup. So I find it not surprising at all that he's here now, in one of these big matchups here with their possible playoff dreams on the line. The next one here, part-time 2. Electric Boogaloo, again, part-time goalie, Disco Cricken. They've kind of battled it out with Toonborg here, but he has emerged as, what looks like to be the starter. If they're playing him here in such an important matchup, it looking like he has won that job with their playoff lives on the line. I think they may be just happy and just fine with him being in between the pipes tonight. And the last point here is the battle of the titanically bad special teams. The worst power play, Vesa Pompa, 10.87% against the 2nd weakest penalty kill in the Brace Phantoms, 64.29%. So a chance for either of these two sides to sort of improve upon that, or I don't know, maybe it'll just be, just so bad that nothing will happen on either of them. But if you're Vesa Pompa, you got to hope at this point. Here's a weak penalty kill. It's time for us finally to get our power play going. They're the team that has to make the moves here to make it into the playoffs. The pressure is on them.
Absolutely. So as mentioned, as we get ready for the first game of 2 between these two teams, a lot is at stake. For clarification, Färjestad still in a playoff spot in 8th. They actually have the tiebreaker over Checkmate. So to confirm, Checkmate season is done. Färjestad, as it stands, is the 8th seed. However, if Vesa Pompa pull off the double here and take all 4 points against Brace Phantoms, they are in. If they slip up and Ghetto Firebirds take all 4 points in their remaining 2 games, Ghetto Firebirds will be the 8th seed. So it's a matter of who is going to be the last to be in. Färjestad, Ghetto Firebirds, or the home team in this game, Vesa Pompa HC. Let's see how this plays out. The Brace Phantoms battling for better playoff seeding. Currently 7th. They can finish as high as 5th in the regular season. Vesa Pompa, there you see them. One of the best set of jerseys in the game. They are ready to go. Their season is on the line. They need to make it happen. Getting the update that the Ghetto Firebirds have already lost their game. Fair enough. We're going to blame he who shall not be named for not keeping me updated on that front. So it's down to Vesa Pompa or Färjestad. Let's see who can take it home, shall we? As early on here in the early stages, you have the Brace Phantoms here on the attack, but Vesa Pompa now going down the other way. Ekin with a bit of space on that right-hand side. Chance there. Loose puck. Now recovered at the point. Dished back into the corner. Boyka trying to get a hold of that one. Has it. Throws one on, but fires it wide. This one will be sent back. Still a little bit of trouble here. Very aggressive forecheck from Vesa Pompa, which is what you need to see in a situation like this. You have the last chance to be the last team in. Puck in front doesn't go. RPH may have gotten a chance on that one. He's gotten a leg to it. So a couple of good chances early on here for Vesa Pompa. That one fired on goal. Cricken trying to cover it. Has a ton of trouble with it as the Phantoms still on the attack as a result. Big step up there from Psycho Skills. He comes up with it. Huge pass attempt. Lehman is just able to come up with it. And an offside call there. Close call here for both teams in the early stages, Sin.
Yeah, a bit scary for Vesa Pompa there. Disco Cricken having a lot of trouble there. Then the puck kind of shoots into the corner, and then the incredible intersect by Lemonins. Good job by Vesa Pompa to kind of deal with that and keep the puck out of their zone as they have a chance here on the counterattack to get something going.
More of this ridiculous pace. It would be greatly appreciated because this has been a very interesting start to this game as Vesa Pompa nearly came up with that one as well. BRAYCE Phantoms forced to settle back. So again, to clarify, actually we might not have the opportunity to clarify here. Phantoms in on the attack. Playmaker looking for space, now Psycho skills. He'll drop back into the neutral zone. So to clarify, Vesa Pompa, you pull off all 4 points, you jump Färjestad, you make the playoffs. Otherwise, Färjestad, FBK, will be making the postseason, but their opportunity to seal their own fate really slipped away from them in a series earlier today against H-Reds, who have secured their spot in 4th place right now. Don't know who they'll be playing, though. It may be Unlucky Boys. It may be these same BRAYCE Phantoms. Time will tell as this one continues to play out. Again, an exciting final day to the regular season. Chance here, shot on, saved by RPH. An exciting conclusion to the regular season here today as the playoff picture again slowly becomes more clear. Chance now, playmaker looking for a bit of space down low. Goes to Psycho skills. The feed, huge save by Cricken. I don't even know if you meant to make it. Chance on the short side again. Does not go. Sin, did that one hit the goal? Did Cricken just get extremely lucky? Or did I misread that?
I didn't see an animation from him, but I'm pretty sure it bounced off of him. So good save, good positioning nonetheless.
Chance for Vesa Pompa. They score! Ekin drives the net, picks up the loose puck. Vesa Pompa take the early lead in a must-win game to keep the playoff dream alive.
Ekin, the leading goal scorer of Vesa Pompa, picks up his 24th of the season, just driving the net and putting that puck top cheese on the short side. What a start for Vesa Pompa here. Let's see if they're going to be able to build on it because we know with BRAYCE Phantoms' offensive capabilities, one is not going to be enough.
A huge moment there.
No stick.
Wired back down the other end. The defenseman able to recover his stick there. Looking for space. It's in! Vesa Pompa double the lead. It's Ekin again. 2-0 for the boys in blue. Their playoff dreams right now looking pretty damn good, Sin. They double it up.
Very much alive, and an unfortunate break there for the BRAYCE Phantoms. They had one of the defensemen lose their stick, and because of that, Vilipoka was able to get in there and grab the puck, the dump in, and that led directly to him feeding Ekin.
Space for playmaker down the other end. Big glove save by Disco Cricken. What a turn of events there. Cricken coming up with a gigantic save, and here come Vesa Pompa again. They time it correctly. Vilu looking for a bit of space, unable to find it. Good pressure here. Throw back in front. Ekin nearly got a piece of that one again. Here come the Phantoms. This one, though, not happening. Big hit there from Profane Kiss. 3.5 to go now. Here in the first period, Vesa Pompa up 2-0. Trying to keep their playoff dreams alive. They need to win both games. Good pressure on the forecheck. This one intercepted by Manheimer. We'll see what happens here on the back end. And again, the Phantoms struggling to get anything going. Vilipoka back down low. Ekin banks it off the side of the net. Vesa Pompa looking so dangerous. Trying to make something happen here. Chance again now. Back to the point for the Phantoms. Shot on. Saved by Cricken. Loose puck is covered with 50 seconds to go. Sin, what a start to this game.
Vesa Pompa in the driver's seat early on. We saw there at the end, BRAYCE Phantoms trying to do what they do best, slow the play down in the offensive zone and look for those one-time scenarios, but good positioning and reaction from Disco Cricken to keep that out and get the cover. Vesa Pompa, another face-off win, another chance to attack.
Great job by Jurgli on that defensive zone draw, but they can't make anything of the counterattack. One last rush here for the Phantoms. 5 seconds to go. Can they find space? Playmaker gets it poked away. In a picture perfect start for Vesa Pompa. A must-win game. 2 goals from Ekin. Find yourselves up 2-0.
Yeah, in a must-win game, you have to come out strong and you have to, try to get that early lead. And Vesa Pompa did just that. 2 beautiful goals from Ekin there. The first one coming on that short side. The second one as we mentioned, bit of unfortunate result for BRAYCE Phantoms, as one of their defensemen had to go get a stick, and he was the guy who would have been furthest back in the zone, who could have recovered that puck off of the dump in, but it was Vesa Pompa, and he got the puck, fed Ekin right there, as we're seeing on the one time in the replay, and a tough break for RPH there, but not much you could do on a one-timer that close. BRAYCE Phantoms reeling a bit. They had the shot advantage, and I believe even the time on tack advantage, but unfortunately, it's Vesa Pompa with the league. They found their opportunities. They were the ones to strike, and they are in great shape. Their playoff dreams still very much alive and probably in the best shape that they can be currently, but they've got to win this game. They can't let BRAYCE Phantoms come in, and then they've got to come back in the next game and do the exact same thing. It's a tall order here, but it's exciting to see a team like Vesa Pompa, who was in the bottom of the standings for so much of the season, here with a chance to make the playoffs. And from being in Pro Division last season, I mean, this team is just growing in leaps and bounds here.
Absolutely. Again, we've seen a couple of teams like Unlucky Boys HC battle their way back from a slow start to make the playoffs. Can Vesa Pompa join them in the postseason? It was a good start. Here's Krinke in the zone looking for space. Miscommunication at the point. We'll see again if the Phantoms, who have already clinched a postseason spot, are able to work their way back into this game. Again, looking for better seeding in the postseason. As it stands, they would be due to square off against our defending champions in Linköping in the first round. Big rush here from Antonio. Throws it in front. Opportunity for Ekin. Doesn't go. What a stop by RPH. Sim, we nearly saw the hat trick here before the halfway point of this game.
The hat trick was almost achieved, and we just saw what Antonio doing what he does best, vaulting down that left wing side with that smaller, more speedy build. He's so good with his defensive skill stick that he doesn't need a bigger build to kind of put the hits on, and that's what he chooses to do. And you saw the strengths of it right there, producing the zone entry for his team.
It's a stretch pass there for Psycho Skills. Doesn't go. An offensive zone draw coming up for Vesa Pompa. See what Yergel is able to do here. Again, playmaker, third best face-off percentage for the BRAYCE Phantoms, so it's a tall task here. But Vesa Pompa come up with it. One-timer doesn't find its way through for Laminance. See what the Phantoms are able to do in response. Playmaker, a little bit of trouble there. Picked up by Krinke. He can't find space through either. Here come Vesa Pompa. A little bit of an overcommit there. Psycho Skills on the rush. Now Profane Kiss trying to get it down low, unable to do so. So again, a little bit of a battle here. Vesa Pompa able to try to slow things down a little bit. Looking for that third goal. Can't take your foot off the gas. Your season relies on your ability to walk away with the 4 points. Chance now back to the point. Mannheimer shot blocked down. Second chance thrown back in front. Still loose. Scrambled on for. The Phantoms come up with it. But for how long here? Vesa Pompa back in possession. Ekin the rush. A little bit of trouble at the blue line though. See what happens now for the Phantoms in response. Profane Kiss, a little bit of space on that right-hand side. Tried to go back to Mannheimer. Couldn't get the shot off. Psycho Skills, a little bit of space. And front save by Desco. Cricken robbing Profane Kiss on another doorstep opportunity, as this one will be offside with 10:43 to go. Sin, what a pace these two teams are setting.
Yeah, and what I really like about Vesa Pompa's game is they're sticking to their strengths. They don't see a 2-goal lead and start dropping back into the trap. That's not really the team they are. They understand what they are. They understand where their strengths come from, and they keep trying to play to it. Excellent job by them so far here in this one.
Mannheimer tries to find the pass to Playmaker. Profane Kiss able to come up with it, but loses it back. Vesa Pompa in possession. Chance here. Villapoica, a little bit of space. Tried to throw it back to the point, but Krinke was there. Dishes it back to his centerman. You see the BRAYCE Phantoms here willing to make those extra passes through the neutral zone. Around the back. Still now in the corner. Dishes it back to the point. Poked away. Villapoica. He's all alone. Can the defense catch up? The answer's yes. Ekin able to recover. Villapoica went for the extra pass. Might have had chance to catch RPH off guard. Great job by Psycho Skills to get back. Frickin' plays this one out. Vesa Pompa right back on the attack. Ekin down the wall. Throws it across. Villapoica just not able to get the shot off.
Excellent stick lift right there by Psycho Skills.
Good call there, partner. We'll see what happens over the blue line here. Psycho Skills strong in defense despite being a more offensive defenseman. Chance down low. Now dish back up high. Psycho Skills has a bit of trouble with it. Playmaker able to recover. Shot doesn't go. Deflects off the defenseman. Still kept out by Cricken. Turnover here again. Playmaker tries to feed it in front. Profane Kiss trying to link up. Now again, Playmaker, shot blocked down in front. Mannheimer steps up to recover. Down low for Playmaker, still has it. Over for Kiss, back to Mannheimer. The shot blocked by Laminens. Actually might have been Jurgeli. Down low to help out the defense. Jurgeli has it. Bit of space. Can't beat him short side. RPH, the big blocker save. The Phantoms now back in response, trying to get something going on the rush. 2 minutes to play. See what happens here. They still come up with it. Kiss sends it down low. Playmaker back to Psycho at the point. Looking for space. Shot on glove. Save by Disco Cricken. 1:20 to play here, Sin. A bit surprising to not see either team put up a goal this period so far.
Definitely surprising, but a good job of team defense from Vesa Pompa. They're getting in the shooting lanes, they're blocking shots, and when he needs to, Disco Cricken is making the saves, and we kind of...
Antonio rushed down the middle. Can't come up with the space, but still recovered by Vesa Pompa. Ekin feeds it back to the point, now down low in the corner. Behind the net, looking for the space, they can't find it. Time for one more rush here for the Phantoms. 5 seconds to play. Can they get a shot on? The answer is no. Sin. They did get a shot on, but offside with 0.7 to play here in the second period. So we are going to go to the third. Vesa Pompa still up by 2.
Yeah, and that is exactly what they need here. You know, they're really putting themselves in the best possible situation. They would have obviously preferred to extend the lead there in that second, but on the flip side, you didn't allow a goal, and BRAYCE Phantoms are doing everything they can to pepper Disco Cricken and the Vesa Pompa defense. There's 11 registered shots, but I would wager BRAYCE Phantoms have attempted at least 20 shots. Vesa Pompa have done a great job with their collapse in front to kind of block the shots, and we know BRAYCE Phantoms, they love those one-timers. They're not afraid to shoot from the point, and Vesa Pompa has really done their homework, and they're clogging the lanes that BRAYCE Phantoms like to use. And when we saw BRAYCE and Luleo kind of face off, remember, Luleo beat them 1-0 because they were able to really neutralize the threat of BRAYCE Phantoms, and you know, their goaltender was able to make some huge saves. We're seeing Disco Cricken kind of doing the same thing here. BRAYCE Phantoms have games like this where their one-time point shot style just isn't enough to get the job done. That might be the case here, but still plenty of time left for them to get on the board and try to come back in this one.
Let's see how it plays out. Vesa Pompa need all 2 points to keep their playoff hopes and dreams alive. The opportunity here doesn't find a way through. This one wheeled way back into the Vesa Pompa zone. Sin technically a Vesa Pompa walk away with 3 points. We need to get that checked if they would beat Farjestad on tiebreaker. I don't have that clarified to me at the moment, but still, if you're Vesa Pompa, 2 wins guarantees it. Chance over. They tried to feed Villu. He just wasn't there. The opportunity now again for the Phantoms on the counterattack, but it doesn't last long. Vesa Pompa going to be going to the power play here off a slashing call. Can they take advantage here, though? In the immediate opportunity is the shot there from Antonio. Just doesn't find a way through. Power play chance here for Vesa Pompa. It's going to be Psycho Skills to the box.
This was one of the keys to the game. Something's got to give. Is Vesa Pompa's power play going to improve, or BRAYCE Phantoms penalty kill?
Over for Villu. He hits the side of the net. Can the Phantoms clear? The answer's no for the moment. Ekin has it. Down in the corner. Lipoika looking for a bit of space behind the back of the net. Ekin in there to assist. Dish back to the point. Laminens for Ekin again. Has both goals for Vesa Pompa. Lipoika bumped off the puck. Antonio still fighting for it. Villu bumped off yet again, but he recovers. What an effort there. Chance now again down in the corner. Ekin has it. Dishes it in front. Loose puck finds its way to Mannheimer, the captain, as he'll send this one down the river. They finally got a breath. 30 seconds to go on the man advantage here for Vesa Pompa. Jurgeli back for Villu. Jurgeli again now down in the corner. Villu looking for space. Finds Ekin. Just couldn't pull the trigger. Great poke check there, though, to keep the puck alive. Still fought on for. Can Vesa Pompa hold it? Ekin now on the half wall. Down low. Villu's there. Has a chance. Back to the point. It's Antonio. Throws it on. Blocked in front. Loose puck from Ekin. Thrown on. But RPH is there to make the stop. Still a 2-0 score.
Vesa Pompa probably playing the best hockey that they've played all this season, and what a time it's coming in. They are really taking it to BRAYCE Phantoms here in the third.
The chance here recovered yet again by Jurgeli. Can they make the most of it? He still has it. Opportunity, wanted to cut back in front. Just couldn't find the space. Jurgeli again tests RPH. and he just couldn't find a way through, but a bit more of an offensive stability right now for Vesa Pompa.
Yeah, and Vesa Pompa's defense has been pretty good all year, and now their offense seems to be coming alive here. I mean, they're looking like a legitimate threat here to make the playoffs, but they've got to get there first. In good shape here in this first one, but BRAYCE Phantoms definitely going to have something to say.
Playmaker finds his way through, shot on, and stopped by Cricket. No rebound there. Halfway through this third period, as it stands, Vesa Pompa keeping that playoff dream alive. Let's see how this goes. Again, Vesa Pompa can confirm it now. They need all 4 points. They would not have the tiebreaker on Farjestad. At least so appears. You never know. Plans change. Someone overlooks something, and you think checkmate might be back into the playoff hopes. We gave those boys a little bit of hope, and then ripped it away from them just as quickly. But again, as we talked about, an ever-evolving playoff situation. It can be tough to keep track of the situations as it goes, especially when certain teams take forever to report games. Not naming names. Love you, Kenu. See what happens here. The Vesa Pompa turnover. Chance here for Mannheimer to make something happen. Blocked down. This one's going to be swatted all the way back down into the zone. Vilu's there. Nullifies the icing. Throws it in front. Big save by RPH. The biggest of the game thus far to keep it a 2-goal lead.
I don't think GOALIE was able to put that puck where he wanted. There was some space there on the glove side, but it sort of went towards the crest of RPH there, or on his shoulder, and nonetheless, the puck stays out.
The chance does not go through. Opportunity yet again. This one's kicked all the way back, recovered by the Phantoms. Profane Kiss, bit of space, tries to get it over, he can't do it. Again recovered, Profane Kiss denied, second chance, they score! Krinke on the opportunity. He's able to find the back of the net. The BRAYCE Phantoms are within one sin.
Tough break right there from Vesa Pompa. Disco Cricket especially tried to get over to hug that post, but it was just too late. He couldn't recover from the first animation, but that was a costly mistake there from Vesa Pompa, and Antonio made a bit of a gamble there on the blue line to go for the play. It put him behind. They almost had a mini 2-on-1 there entering the zone. Lehmanens had to come over to break up the play, and then after that, it was just the dominoes started to fall, and BRAYCE Phantoms kept getting the chances, and they put one in. Now it's dangerous right now for Vesa Pompa.
Big hit there from Vilu, no penalty. Finds Ekin, has both goals. Ekin bumped off at the last minute by Psycho Skills. Opportunity again, they're still fighting for it. Trouble, Ekin has it. Can he make the play off the back of the net? It doesn't quite go. Under 3 minutes to play. Vesa Pompa, they need all 4 points. You have the BRAYCE Phantoms battling for playoff positioning. Both teams need these points as it stands. Phantoms back in the zone, but they lose it quickly. Antonio comes up with it. They have the numbers. Vilupoika for Antonio, he scores! Vesa Pompa back up by 2 and potentially on the verge of stealing a playoff spot away from Farjestad. It might happen, Sin. It might happen.
Well, a few more minutes and they've got the first step. They got the first 2 out of 4 points that they need. Vilupoika, the dishmaster in this one. Another assist there, a perfectly timed pass. And this time, oh, sorry, that was Antonio streaking in there, getting the goal there from the back end. With that speed build, he can just put himself in incredible situations. I thought it was the center GOALIE. The color's so similar, but it's Antonio there.
Chance again now here. Final minute of play. The Phantoms not out of it yet. Again, they've already clinched their postseason spot, but they're going to want that better opportunity. Good play there from Krinke. Playmaker. Krinke tried to go back up the Psycho Skills. He couldn't get the pass. Here's Vilupoika. Now again, GOALIE with them. Scores! Vesa Pompa, step 1 in the books. It's gonna come down to the final game of the season. Win and you are in for Vesa Pompa. GOALIE ends it.
Wow, that's taking and putting your destiny into your own hands. Vesa Pompa doing that now. Farjestad could not do it earlier. SJ Gaming, same thing. They could not do it. We're looking at Vesa Pompa now with a real chance to push themselves into the playoffs, and honestly, it feels like just yesterday that they were second to last in ECL Elite. What a late season push from Vesa Pompa.
Oh, the opportunity and right right there, just like that. BRAYCE Phantoms get one back. Too little, too late. It's Mannheimer, the captain, who's able to find the back of the net. Sim, we talked about him as a goal-scoring threat. And that play developing extremely quickly certainly caught me off guard as I look to get some clarification on the setup here as we head into our final game of the regular season. What a goal there. The opportunity, loose puck, easy net to shoot at. And the BRAYCE Phantoms at least get one back for the sake of perhaps confidence heading into that second and final game of the season.
Yeah, I mean, 30 seconds, it can happen, but Vesa Pompa, they just need to lock down. No more chances to be taken here. They really need to lock it down. Uh-oh.
Potential chance here for Playmaker. Second chance for Mannheimer. A little bit of trouble for Vesa Pompa here in the closing moments. Ekin has this one, though. Bit of space to work with. Can he get over the line? The answer is yes. Ekin off the pads. Yergely was there. Couldn't come up with it. Final 10 seconds to play here. It would take a miracle for the Phantoms. Playmaker can't get it back in front. Vesa Pompa win the game. Game 29 of 30 on the season. They needed a win. They got it. It comes down to the final game of the season. If Vesa Pompa win, they are in. Nothing else would do it. Farjestad have the tiebreaker advantage if Vesa Pompa also finish on 29 points. So, Sin, it's as simple as this. Vesa Pompa win, they take the 8th seed, and will meet our number 1 seed, Jyväskylä, in the first round of the playoffs. If they lose, Farjestad survive despite dropping both games earlier today against 4th seed H-Reds. As again, you get a lovely look at our still images. We apologize for that little bit of technical difficulties that we've had in the back half of this broadcast. BRAYCE Phantoms now as it stands. The opportunity to finish in 5th place has gone by. So fair play to Unlucky Boys. They're a big winner here as well, clinching the 5th seed. A phenomenal comeback for Unlucky Boys. They'll be taking on H-Reds in the first round. The question is 6, 7, and 8. Roots and BRAYCE Phantoms are already in. We just don't know the order. But will it be Farjestad or Vesa Pompa as the 8th seed? If Vesa Pompa win, Sin somehow, some way, they would have made it into the postseason. What an effort by this team. One more win's all you need.
Yeah, I mean, Vesa Pompa they've come to play today. I mean, they were fantastic. Maybe a bit too celebratory towards the end there. You know, a couple hiccups there. You know, BRAYCE Phantoms getting that late one, and there's about three BRAYCE Phantoms jerseys around the net. Poor Disco Cricken didn't know which one to kind of cover for the shot, and they get a late goal there in 30 seconds, and they almost got a breakaway. So, yeah, Vesa Pompa maybe got a bit too hypey there. I'm sure they're celebrating in their comms. That's a huge game for them to grab, but now they need to reset, settle down. They need to do it again. You did it once, that's great, but you have to do it again. You absolutely have to. And BRAYCE Phantoms, they're going to be doing everything they can to tighten up. And if you're thinking about it from their perspective, what do they need to do to kind of win this second game? Well, they had the time on attack. They got the shots. The thing I think that they have that really works for them is a very good offensive system. But like any system with enough, research and scouting, that system can be figured out. And Vesa Pompa definitely did that. As you mentioned, they're getting in the shooting lanes. They were blocking shots. Their counterattack game was very strong. So BRAYCE Phantoms here, I think they, oftentimes we don't want people to make the extra pass. But if you're BRAYCE Phantoms, this Vesa Pompa is going to collapse, get in those shooting lanes, take some extra time, do some switches, keep everyone moving in the offensive zone, do some switches on the point, switches from the wings, the psycho game, put it down low, kick it back to the half boards, try to get Vesa Pompa moving away from that net front collapse, try to spread them out, and you might have a chance to get some of those one-times and point shots through to generate, the goals that you desperately need. But Vesa Pompa, more of the same, yes. I can't say tighten up defensively. There's such a good counterattack team and such a good, high-paced playing team that for them to trap it up is almost, out of the ordinary and unheard of for them. I think Vesa Pompa need to keep playing as they are, but if they do get a lead, definitely be careful for the counterattack from BRAYCE Phantoms because the pushback is coming. They're a playoff team. They don't want to lose to these guys twice. They don't want them to get into the playoffs. If they can play spoiler, they definitely will.
Absolutely. So as you get a look at some of our most recent results, the picture really starts to become a little bit more clear. As we know, Ghetto Firebirds able to pick up a 3-2 victory against last placed Almost Famous. So a big win for Almost Famous in one of their final 2 games. They have been relegated to the Pro Division. However, we now know what the picture looks like here when it comes to the relegation spots, where 3 teams will be battling to avoid dropping down to Pro next year. SJ Gaming, who we covered earlier in this broadcast, a brutal night for them. You were on the verge of making the postseason. They are now going to have to fight for their lives in a relegation spot. They're going to be finishing, I do believe, 13th here, but Vesa Pompa and Ghetto Firebirds, after that victory, jumping SJ Gaming. So that just shows how close the battle was. SJ Gaming, you get the results, you're in a playoff spot. You lose both games, you're now in 13th. You're in one of our relegation spots. So a brutal situation for them. A huge win for Ghetto Firebirds. They will be back in Elite next season, barring some unforeseen circumstances. But the big story here, Vesa Pompa, a 4-2 win over BRAYCE Phantoms. Again, the final regular season game coming up in this ECL Elite Division regular season. And it all comes down to this. If Vesa Pompa get the win, they take Farjestad out of the postseason picture. Again, you see the results there. Farjestad didn't have a fun time against H-Reds earlier today. A 9-3 loss and an 8-2 loss. So Farjestad, there's only one way this day can end up looking half decent for you, and that is if BRAYCE Phantoms do you a favor here, and what a favor it would be by securing your playoff spot for you when all you had to do was win 1 game out of 2. Technically, for Farjestad, if one of those losses were in overtime, Vesa Pompa would be out. Because again, Farjestad have the tiebreaker over Vesa Pompa due to individual matchups. Again, if I'm not mistaken, the tiebreaker, a couple of different tiebreakers, including wins, how the individual matchups went, then goal differential. So that is why Farjestad would be ahead of Vesa Pompa if they were to tie in points. So an overtime loss for Vesa Pompa is not enough. You need a W here. You're in control of your own destiny. Ghetto Firebirds couldn't do it. SJ Gaming couldn't do it. We're going to see if the third time's the charm, and if Vesa Pompa can lock this down and work their way back into a playoff spot in the most unlikely of fashion. Sin, can they do it? What's your prediction? The final game of the regular season. How's it gonna go down?
Well, I love the underdog stories. I cheered for Unlucky Boys to get back into it. I cheered for the BRAYCE Phantoms to push their way back into a playoff spot. BRAYCE Phantoms, Unlucky Boys, both secure in their spots. I want to see another underdog get their chance for glory. Vesa Pompa, you got to pull off the dub here. I want to see your best game of the season right now.
BRAYCE Phantoms in the red and black. Vesa Pompa in the white and quickly on the attack. Ekin just couldn't get it into the middle. He had 2 goals in that last game for Vesa Pompa. Again, BRAYCE Phantoms battling right now for playoff seeding. Ekin tried to throw it in front. He just couldn't get it, but he still has it now in the corner. Down low, quickly in front. The point that was there, but not able to get that pass. And BRAYCE Phantoms right now trying to jump roots in the standings to finish 6th. A loss here means they finish in 7th. They need those points. We'll see what happens here as Playmaker drops it back to his defense. We'll see how the Phantoms respond to that Game 1 loss. Psycho Skills works it over the line. Playmaker now there on the half wall. Dishes it back to his defenseman. Mannheimer, the bomb! Deflection bid. Loose puck. Can't tuck it home. Great opportunity for Profane Kiss. Just wasn't able to find the right angle. Ekin has it now for Vesa Pompa in the neutral zone. Taking his time. All the pressure in the world on Vesa Pompa right now. You are just 1 win away from making it to the postseason. An incredible accomplishment as this puck across the way. Ekin picks it back up in the corner. Back to the point for Lehmanens. Now down low again. Looking for the space. Tries to drive the net. It wasn't there. as the Phantoms doing a good job of shutting down the forces thus far. A little bit of trouble there, though. Ekin's been a wrecking ball. Space. Vilupoika. Can he make the move? He can. He went for the between the legs to protect the puck. Maybe tried to draw the trip. Just didn't happen. Seen a couple of instances of Vilupoika really jumping up, trying to make something happen. The Phantoms go offside here. 8 minutes gone through the first period. Sin, can you feel the tension?
Yeah. Yeah, Vesa Pompa, another pretty good start here, but BRAYCE Phantoms a lot more conscientious of kind of guarding the front of their net. They don't want those one-time passes to get through, and so far they've done a good job of stifling them. Vesa Pompa may have to find another means of attack right here.
Back in possession now, Vilupoika. Can he make the play? A little bit of trouble there. Kiss was able to fend him off. Manheimer, D-to-D pass. Psycho Skills takes the hit. Chance here for Ekin. Finds Vilupoika. Can he work his way through? Tried to force back into the middle. Just wasn't there. Psycho Skills and Profane Kiss able to fend them off. Jurgeli gets the interception. Chance. Gonna go for the wraparound. Hit the side of the net. That close to a Vesa Pompa lead. Now will the Phantoms respond? Playmaker up the middle. Now Krinka down low. Profane Kiss trying to win it back. Playmaker still there. He has it back. Can he get the pass? He can't. Ekin was there. Vilupoika protects at the line. Great job. Tried to find Jurgeli. He couldn't do it. Ekin nearly intercepted that one. Comes Profane Kiss yet again. Down the wing. A little bit of trouble. Playmaker comes up with it. Space scores! The BRAYCE Phantoms snagged the lead away. 1-0. Playmaker able to find his way through. Led his team in points entering play today. And you see why the Phantoms have the lead early.
Just an unfortunate situation there from Vesa Pompa. They were making the pokes, but they couldn't come up with the possession there, and Playmaker just had a straight shot to the net. You see that often. Antonio Lehmanens kind of play a bit wider than a lot of defensive pairings do, simply to kind of, cut off as many angles as possible as a pairing. That time it comes back to bite them, as they just can't get the possession on the stick checks through the middle, and Playmaker has a straight shot and makes no mistake. BRAYCE Phantoms up early in this one.
We'll see how Vesa Pompa respond. Ekin's going to chase this one down into the corner. Dishes it back to the point. Miscommunication with Lehmanens. Opportunity for Krinka to try and come up with it. Had to lay off a little bit there. Can't risk the penalty at this stage. Great job by Playmaker. He can't come up with it, though. Antonio in the zone. Now over to the other side. Chance for Vilupoika. Down low for Ekin. I think he was looking for the wrap attempt there. Banked it off the back of the net. Now again, Playmaker. Burst of speed. Scores! It's a double. A brace, you might say, for the BRAYCE Phantoms. Playmaker, his second of a period, and the Phantoms playing the role of spoiler. They're up 2-0 early here on Vesa Pompa in a must-win situation for the road team.
Yeah, and that's just unfortunate again, but that time Lehmanens getting caught flat-footed. That just can't happen in that situation. He almost looks like he steps away and lets Playmaker just have the lane. He was trying to kind of play the odds, but he just couldn't keep up his speed, and Playmaker just refused to slow down right there. And BRAYCE Phantoms taking advantage of a couple defensive lapses there from Vesa Pompa. They have a 2-goal lead early on. The roles have been reversed. The question is, can Vesa Pompa settle things down and come back in this one?
Still plenty of time to work with, but the issue now, you need to force the agenda, but also tighten up defensively. Good interception there by Antonio. Chance for Vilu yet again. Tries to cut in. Test on the short side. Loose puck. Still loose. RPH is able to find it and make the cover with 1:58 to go here in the first period. Again, the final game in the regular season for both of these teams. Everything on the line for Vesa Pompa. This concludes the ECL Elite regular season here in Season 10. The one-timer doesn't go, as Playmaker will rocket that one down. So an offensive zone draw coming up for Vesa Pompa. Again, a good time to remind you, drop us a follow here on Twitch if you haven't already, and a shout out to our lovely sponsors in ISE Sports and Prisma Gaming that make bringing this type of action to you possible. We thank you very much. Big face off here. Vesa Pompa still trying to come up with it. Krinka able to work it out. Playmaker a bit of space. Toe drag. Able to make the move. Spins back. Tries to find Psycho Skills. He's able to recover down low. In front for Playmaker. Save by Sin. That may be a season-ending or a season-saving save. Could have been a season-ending goal if you're up 3-0 heading into the second period. Gigantic face-off coming up here, though, Let's see how it plays out. Face-offs dead even so far. And won by Vesa Pompa. One more chance here. Villapoika pokes it a bit too far ahead. Can he catch up to it? The answer is no. The first period go to the BRAYCE Phantoms. They're up 2-0. 2 goals from Playmaker leading the way. What a start for the Phantoms and a heartbreaking start for Vesa Pompa.
Yeah, heartbreaking is exactly the word. Such a polar opposite start, and I'm sure flurry of emotions for them as compared to the first one, but that's the learning curve we kind of touched upon when we were going over the matchup for a defensive pairing. Coming from pro to elite, I mean, when you're in pro and, you know, those lower tiers, you can kind of afford to sometimes, you know, play the odds a bit more and look for those quick transitions, but in a case like this, Playmaker, when he beats you twice, just kind of going straight down the middle, you have to tighten up as a pairing. You have to try to limit those. It's got to be defense first, then move the puck out. And Vesa Pompa really kind of feeling the flow there and trying to really get their offense going. But as you saw there, the harder they tried, the kind of worse it kind of got for them. And they simply weren't able to do that. As you saw right there, that's the first goal. It was Ekin getting the stick on the puck. And I think it was, yes, Lehmanen's kind of committing over to guard the pass. And that second one, same kind of deal, almost seeming like he was stepping out of the way. You want to trust your forwards, but you have to participate with them on their back check. You have to keep your gap on the guy in front of you to prevent those kind of quick breaks like that. And Playmaker made them pay for it on those 2 plays. And Vesa Pompa, a lot of work to do here in these second 2 periods to kind of get this game back to even and perhaps, you know, get themselves into a playoff position. It starts with 1. Let's see if they can get it.
And a shout out to the crease police, one of the best behind the scenes man in the business, and much more handsome in person. The opportunity doesn't go through there, but Vesa Pompa still on the attack. Down low, now off the side of the net. Again, Vesa Pompa, a win. You're playoff bound. Nothing else will do it. 1 point isn't enough. Bring it back to the point. Mannheimer tries to throw it down low, intercepted. Let's see what Vesa Pompa can do in response. Chance there for Villa, doesn't find it. Jurgeli bumped off by Mannheimer. And again, dish back down low. Quick breakout attempt here. Big spin move from Profane Kiss. He still has it for the Phantoms. Now Psycho Skills looking to step in. The shot denied. And another save by Disco Cricken. So some big moments here. Vesa Pompa holding on, but just barely.
Yeah, and good adjustments made by BRAYCE Phantoms. They've really tightened up defensively. And their offense has vastly improved here. Vesa Pompa not having the time and space that they had in the last game.
Here again, though, goes to waste on the breakout attempt. Let's see what the Phantoms are able to do. Dish down low to Playmaker. Again, the sentiment for the BRAYCE Phantoms on a brace. 2 goals in this game. Dish back to the point. Mannheimer, a little bit of space. Has the room. Psycho Skills back down for Playmaker. Looking for the lane. Shot doesn't go. Wired high. Mannheimer back down into the corner for Krinka. Looking for space. Can't find it on the double team. Vesa Pompa come up with it. 6.5 minutes gone here in the second period. Antonio charging in. Throws it in front. Gigantic save by RPH. May have hit the side of the net, but my goodness, what an opportunity to not go for Villapoika. Vesa Pompa. That one could be haunting their dreams tonight. Step in front. Second chance off the side of the net. Jurgeli not able to make the most of that opportunity, but Vesa Pompa so close to finding a breakthrough and getting on the board. Big hit there from Lehmanens. He's going to step up. Ekin takes it. Jurgeli in front. Doesn't find the pass. Mannheimer was there. The defenseman stepping up. Loses it back, though, to Jurgeli. Still fighting for it. Jurgeli has it. Good bit of board play. Big step up there by Lehmanens. Vesa Pompa still in possession. Antonio brings it down low. Couple of passes. Great job by Psycho Skills to win that one back for the Phantoms. And they reset under 9 minutes to play now. Here in the second period. Back up top. Phantoms can't find a way through. Profane Kiss was there. Out to the neutral zone and just offside for Antonio Sin. What a chance for Villapoika.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great job by Antonio once again, charging down that left wing side, jumping into the play. A terrific pass to Villapoika, but an equally amazing stop by RPH. I mean, that could have got Vesa Pompa right back into it.
Villapoika, a little bit of space again, having trouble with Psycho Skills, still in possession. Antonio's shot doesn't find its way through. Playmaker was there to block. We'll get back in possession now in the neutral zone, tries to dump it in. Ultimately offside, but 6:48 to go here in the second period. Again, the final game of this broadcast, the final game of the ECL Elite Division regular season. It'll be Vesa Pompa or Farjestad as the 8th seed. Space here for Villapoika again. Just can't find a way through. No. He takes the trip. An unfortunate misery compiler there as the Phantoms will go to the power play. Villapoika to the box as they trip Psycho Skills and send a huge chance here for the Phantoms.
Yeah, if they get a goal here, they might just start putting this game away. Vesa Pompa, you've got to pull a rabbit out of the hat. They got to find something, even going for the shorty right there.
See what happens here. Drop to the line. Big hit. No call coming up, but Krink is down. 4-on-4 for the moment. Back to his feet now. Again, playmaker throws it on. Rebound is there! Sin stealing the line. Off the floor. On the board. Krink is able to make it a 3-0 lead, and the BRAYCE Phantoms may have just broken the hearts of Vesa Pompa.
Yep, Vesa Pompa with the 4th best penalty kill, but you can't tempt fate. BRAYCE Phantoms, when their strength comes from the cycle game and their kind of set plays, their one-timers, their shots from the points, their rebounds. We saw it right there. Krinka just sitting on the doorstep. The rebound goes right to his stick. It is now 3-0 for the BRAYCE Phantoms, and Vesa Pompa running out of time, running out of magic, and it's almost going to take a miracle here. BRAYCE Phantoms really tightened up defensively, and they got their offensive guns going, and now they can just play the possession game.
Let's see how this one plays out. We've seen miracles happen in the ECL Elite Division before. Are we in store for another one? Again, the Phantoms looking to jump roots in the standings to get what could be a slightly more favorable matchup. Tough to say when you're at the bottom of the standings and facing one of the big 3 in the first round. Back to the point again. Psycho Skills from Mannheimer doesn't go. Another huge opportunity for the Phantoms. See what Vesa Pompa are able to do. Big turnover there, but this one's offside with 2:36 to go. The goal from Krinka making it a 3-0 lead for the BRAYCE Phantoms. And again, time potentially winding down for Vesa Pompa, but a goal here before the end of the period could be huge. Laminins takes the hit. He couldn't work his way through. This one, no icing on the call as Antonio recovers. See what Vesa Pompa are able to do here on the breakout. A little bit of space here for Jurgeli. He gains the line. Back for Laminins. It's going to be a trip on Krinka. He's able to score on the power play, but now he'll take a seat. Sin, this is a must-score power play advantage. The opportunity for Vesa Pompa, but they can't win the draw.
They need this goal. They need something here. Something to build on. A quick counterattack. Something.
Chance here. Laminins in the zone. Opportunity down low for Jurgeli. Looking for Ekin. He threw it back in front. Nobody was there. Profane Kiss is going to be able to contend for this one. He's in the zone. Tried to find playmaker. Chance now on the counter, but the pass doesn't go. 6 seconds left. This one to the right of Disco Cricken and Sin. They'll still have some time to work with on the man advantage to start the 3rd period, but the BRAYCE Phantoms 20 minutes away from potentially jumping over roots to secure 6th place in the regular season standings, the 6th seed of the playoffs, but more importantly for Vesa Pompa, ruining the dream and securing Farjestad, the 8th seed, despite a rough performance for the boys in green earlier tonight.
Yeah, and Vesa Pompa it just feels like they're sealing their own fate right here. As good as they were in that first game and giving themselves a chance here in the second one, they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot a bit. The kind of rough defensive transitions, the missed passes there on the rush, and they've only had 1 registered shot. Credit to BRAYCE Phantoms. Their defense and their transition defense has vastly improved here, as has their offensive capability. But at the same time, Vesa Pompa just making a few too many mistakes here, and they're really costly. They had to play almost perfect. It was a tall order to begin with, but after 2 periods, only 1 registered shot. It's just not good enough here, and if they want a prayer here in the 3rd period, they've got to get lucky once and get 2 big goals where they've got to be on their best. Otherwise, I don't see a way where they can really come back here in the 3rd. They've put themselves in a position here. They're almost waiting on BRAYCE Phantoms to make a mistake. Let's see if they can get a quick goal.
They absolutely need it. This is it, the final period of regulation in the regular season. For ECL Season 10, playoffs begin on Monday, and an unfortunate pass there. 20 seconds to work with here for Vesa Pompa on the man advantage. Antonio tries to throw one on, still there. Ekin's gonna fight for it, finds Villo's shot on, doesn't go, puck still loose, and the Phantoms are able to clear. This one's gonna go for icing, unless Krinke wins the race, which he's going to. Now around the back of the net, all the way back to the point. Psycho skills for Playmaker, not able to find the pass down low for Profane Kiss, still fighting for it. Krinke's there, but Vesa Pompa able to maintain possession, so a huge chance goes to waste. Can Vesa Pompa complete the comeback? Turnover there. Krinke the self-sauce for space. Burst of speed. Pass between the legs for Kiss, didn't go. Playmaker now looking for space. He has options back to the point. Psycho skills looking for room for Mannheimer. Deflection bid. Gigantic save by Disco Kricken. You have to say, Stin, at this point, the biggest save of the season. 4 goals, it would certainly be over.
Yeah, every single save he makes right now is vital to Vesa Pompa's survival, but they've also got a counterattack. The more time they're locked in their zone, the more time they can't score. Brace wins another face-off and gets their cycle game going to work.
Good set of passes there. They win back possession. Villapoika looking for space. Great poke check from Psycho Skills to take away the 2-on-1. Vesa Pompa, big hit there. They're back in possession. Villapoika saved by RPH. What a stop again from the Phantoms goaltender, stealing this game right now. Unbelievable that Vesa Pompa don't have at least 2 goals in this one. They're on the attack again, but an errant pass neutralizes it.
Yeah, and that's as unfortunate as those 2 saves are for Vesa Pompa. We see yet again another bad pass, just completely killing any momentum they gained.
Chance in front, another save by RPH. Loose puck, and he's able to squeeze the pads to freeze that one. 11:40 to go here in the third period. Vesa Pompa somehow, some way have not found a way through. RPH redeeming himself. What a spectacular save. And another face-off win for Vesa Pompa. Glove save, RPH. Goodness gracious, what a performance here, Sid.
Everywhere that he needs to be, making the huge saves, and every single save he makes to deny a goal. Vesa Pompa's chances get slimmer and slimmer. Another face-off win for Brace. Can they get the clean exit?
They can't. Good interception. Loose puck. They win it back. Krinke over the line. A little bit of trouble there. Villa was there fending him off. Back down low. Chance here for Kiss. Again finds Krinke down low. Tried to test the near post. Loose puck recovered. Still fought on for. Vesa Pompa come up with it. Under 10 minutes to play, and again, another miscommunication on the breakout. They're able to survive. Yurgeli was back to help the defense. Here comes Antonio for Vesa Pompa. The dream fading away. They win it back. Profane Kiss, self-sauce. Gonna send it down low. Back in front. Huge save by Kricken. And the Phantoms still on the attack. Able to come up with it again, though, Vesa Pompa. Can they do anything on the counterattack? Ekin's there. Pass over. Intercepted. Kiss having trouble, though. Ekin throws it on. Doesn't go. End up around the back of the net, if I'm not mistaken. And this one is cleared. 6.5 to go. The icing call and a timeout here from Vesa Pompa.
They have done a better job here of putting pucks on the net, and I like that from Ekin. They're just throwing it on net. That's what they've needed to do kind of in the first 2 periods. They're trying to be way too fancy and way too just, you know, passing-wise, just trying to set up the perfect goal, and they got a couple opportunities here in this one, but RPH has made fantastic saves at this point. Throw stuff on net, crash in the net, look for rebounds. That's the only way you're going to be able to get some goals here at the end, and as you said, their dreams are just slipping away, and RPH with those 2 huge saves. Remember those ones, especially if Vesa Pompa get 1 or 2 here at the end.
Big face-off here. The biggest face-off of Vesa Pompa's season. Opportunity shot just wide. The face-off advantage to Vesa Pompa. So opinions on a certain subject aside, can't say it's costing Vesa Pompa in that regard. The shot just doesn't go. Big interception by Playmaker. He'll send that one down. 5 minutes to play here. Vesa Pompa need a miracle to pull this one off. Again, back in the zone. Playmaker has it in the corner. Tried to go down low. Antonio was there. We'll see what happens. Can Antonio find a way through? It's Ekin. Bumps into his own man. Can't find a way through. Time winding down for Vesa Pompa. Psycho Skills not able to work his way through. One more rush attempt, under 3 minutes to play now. Miscommunication with Ekin. No icing on the play. That's perhaps even more detrimental. They intercepted at the line. Turn back over there. Playmaker was there. 2-on-1 here for Kiss and Krinka. Opportunity. Can't get the pass across. Under a minute and a half to go. Big hit there for Villu, trying to work his way through. He has it now in the neutral zone. Can he gain the line? The answer is no. He does there, though. Final minute of play. Thrown across. Ekin can't get a piece of it. Thrown back on. Hits the side of the net. A little bit of trouble for Psycho Skills. Loose puck still fought for. Vesa Pompa recover. Shot thrown on. Blocked down. Chance here for Krinka. Does he have the speed? Taking off. Around the back of the net. Gonna look to maybe kill time here. Back now for Psycho Skills at the point. 35 to play. Not able to get the pass through. Big stretch pass. This is it. Opportunity. Denied by RPH. The goaltender stealing this one as it's thrown off to the sideboards. Krinka gone again. Has Kiss with him. Pokes it off to the side. He's hooked. And the BRAYCE Phantoms center going to the power play. This one is over. The BRAYCE Phantoms are going to end it. Vesa Pompa, so close, yet so far.
Yeah, so close yet so far is exactly right. Such a good first game, and in the second one, it's just BRAYCE Phantoms just kind of tightened the screws a little bit, and Vesa Pompa just maybe nerves, I don't know, but they just could not put together the same performance they did in the first one, and oftentimes they were their own worst enemy in this one. So many errant passes.
8.7 to go off of that offside call. So again, the playoff picture is fully established. We will cover that for you here at the end of this cast as we wind things down and look to get into playoff mode. Another trip there. Chance for playmaker. Mannheimer picks the corner with 1.6 to go. The captain seals the deal. Vesa Pompa done and dusted. Farjestad, despite a poor showing against H-Reds earlier today, somehow survived. They are moving on to the postseason, as are the BRAYCE Phantoms, who again will finish this season in 6th place. And a phenomenal job there by the German club to seal the deal. Again, another goal for Mannheimer.
Yeah, and kind of hard not to feel, let down, especially if you're Vesa Pompa there. It's just such a night and day performance between these first two games. And, speaking of night and day, kind of RPH in that first one, sort of showing the, the struggling side of him and why he may have that, 75, 76 save percentage. But in this one, getting another shutout, that will give him 6 on the season, perhaps good enough for around that second marker, tied for second. And that's just night and day again, how RPH kind of does. He's on again, off again, and that's how Vesa Pompa was in this series. On and then sort of off, and you hate to see it. You can't help sometimes but to cheer for the underdog, but BRAYCE Phantoms in that second game absolutely earned the victory. Their defense was on point. Their offense, they made enough adjustments to be able to produce there, and they took advantage of the opportunities that were given and made Vesa Pompa pay for their mistakes, and that's what you need to do to be a playoff team here in the ECL Elite Division. And great performance there from BRAYCE Phantoms. And, Vesa Pompa, unfortunately, their season is done, but on the bright note, they do keep themselves in contention, and you know what? Their second half of the season has got to give them a ton of hope and confidence moving forward.
Absolutely. So again, we do thank you very much for joining us again. We do apologize for the technical issues that results in you having to look at that beautiful picture of Sin. Again, New York Times best-selling author, and me, who, again, I look like a prisoner in a 1930s gulag, but what are you going to do? That said, I can't help but point it out, man. I'm just saying, it's a bit off. That said, again, we do thank you all very much for joining us again as we get to finally set the stage for you here as far as how the playoffs have gone down. We're going to get a look at the updated final standings for this season, as well as the bracket, which is now confirmed. But Sin, as we look to wrap things up here with that game again, Vesa Pompa, such a strong effort. Again, you talk about a team that worked their way up from last year, and just to be that close, it just didn't come together for them. But promising, a promising finish to the season, all things considered. But again, you're going to be back in Elite next year. That's already secured. But all in all, just it's got to be disappointing to be so close yet so far.
Yeah, and I mean, especially after that first game performance, you can almost feel the momentum building, and then just for that to be ripped out of their hearts almost in that first period, going down 2-0 earlier, it was just it's heartbreaking for Vesa Pompa for sure. But at the same time, yeah, you got to feel pretty good. You did have a tremendous end of the season. You started off so slow and you made some adjustments to your lineup, and you know what, I mean, that looked good. I mean, they have looked great. I mean, they just split a series with a playoff team. All things considered, this was a great series for them. The unfortunate thing was they were trying to, get into the playoffs, which, they weren't able to do in the end. But, a split against a playoff team is not bad by any means. And if it was at any other point in the season, this would be a decent day for Vesa Pompa. But, taking all those things into consideration, it just wasn't quite good enough. But they do get to stay in the Elite League. Coming from pro, I mean, and, losing in the finals, but getting in through one of the promotion demotion matches. I mean, what an improvement that this team has found within themselves over the course of this season.
Absolutely. As again, an unfortunate end for Vesa Pompa. BRAYCE Phantoms moving on. Again, a long-established team as you get a look at the final regular season standings. Again, Jyväskylä claim the top spot after Linköping slip up in their final game of the season against 15th place Gotham Knights. Havu Gaming as well, last year's runner-up, finishing in third. We saw H-Reds earlier today pull off the double against Färjestad to claim fourth. Unlucky Boys, one of the teams we talked about that were able to battle their way back. They claim a very impressive fifth place finish. BRAYCE Phantoms again in sixth, jumping Roots off the back of that victory. We saw Roots in action earlier tonight. And then again, Färjestad. It's not the way you would have wanted to make the playoffs. You needed help to get there, but you got the job done. Färjestad confirmed as the last team in. So again, for Checkmate, you just miss out off of tiebreakers. For Kova Esports, Vesa Pompa, Ghetto Firebirds, one more win, and you would have been in. It just didn't happen for you today or in this season, really. And then again, 13, 14, and 15. Those spots not yet guaranteed to be an elite next season. You have to battle to stay alive. And of course, Almost Famous already confirmed as a relegated team. So with that, let's get a look at the brackets now that it is confirmed. As you see, Färjestad, there's your reward for sneaking in. You get to take on number one, Jyväskylä, who out of nowhere this season, I mean, again, we expected Linköping and Havu to be 1 and 2 again. Jyväskylä making a statement, but it's going to be an interesting kind of run of form for them to see if they can prove that they are indeed the top club in the league. Again, defending champions Linköping will be taking on Roots in round 1. Havu Gaming against the BRAYCE Phantoms. And again, the battle of 4 and 5. H-Reds a little bit inconsistent at times, going up against Unlucky Boys Sin, who have done a great job in terms of battling back this season, as you mentioned, after a slow start. A lot of interesting matchups. What stands out to you, I suppose, first and foremost here, your first impression of the bracket?
Well, I know a lot of people are looking for Linköping and Havu to kind of maybe even rematch for the finals, but, Jyväskylä, they were the best defensive team, and at times they looked just absolutely dominant against Färjestad, who really struggles keeping the puck out of the net. I think that's going to almost be a breeze for Jyväskylä, because being the best defensive team taking on a decent offense, I mean, when you look to the playoffs, it seems defense kind of always has the advantage here. But, for me, it's my dark horse pick. It's Unlucky Boys. They have a chance there to get into that second round. I think they have a very, very real chance to beat H-Reds. And, if it comes to BRAYCE Phantoms against Havu, that's a tough matchup. Havu is an incredible team, but as we see from BRAYCE Phantoms and RPH especially, RPH can just steal some games sometimes, and other times BRAYCE Phantoms, their offensive skills can really come to roost here. It'll be tough for any of them, but yeah, I think my dark horse pick on Unlucky Boys, they could be making waves here in the postseason. We'll see.
Time will ultimately tell. Again, the playoffs get underway on Monday But what we want to mention as well, the day before Sunday night, I believe 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll get a confirmed time on that because we got a bit of a pregame show for you. But NACL, the North American side of things, wraps up. The final is confirmed. Number 1 seed Vertigo takes on 6th Sense in the final there. We hope you will join us for that. And as a little enticement as well, as confirmed, a certain someone will be joining us on that broadcast. The voice of NHL 20, James Cybulski. Here's what he had to say about that.
Hey everybody, I'm James Cybulski. Look, we all miss sports right now. We all want it to come back as soon as possible. And if you don't miss sports, well, you're probably not watching this, and we really don't want to know you. Point is this, we've got an escape for you coming up this Sunday, May 17th, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific time. Yours truly is going to be live on Twitch calling the NHL Gamer and North American Championship League Finals. Yeah, it's all going down this coming weekend. Find out who the best Sixes team is in North America. NHL 20, esports style, it's going down. Cybulski, Sunday, May 17th, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, $4,000 prize pool up for grab. Let's find out who the best of the best really is, Sixes style, in North America. Join me, Twitch, it's going down Sunday. We'll see you then.
So again, we hope you will all join us for that on Sunday night. And again, the next day, the Elite Division playoffs here in the ECL begin. Again, a reminder in case you missed it, one more look at the bracket. It is confirmed. Ipivaskala claim the number 1 seed Färjestad survive despite a strong push from Vesa Pompa. Our defending champions in Linköping take on Roots. Havu Gaming will play BRAYCE Phantoms, and H-Reds take on Unlucky Boys. We thank you all so much for sticking with us through this broadcast. It is greatly appreciated. Your support not only on today's broadcast, but throughout this entire season. Again, we cannot thank you enough for supporting the best version of competitive NHL esports, that being Sixes. I know Sin feels the same way. And again, we want to thank all of you. We want to thank our partners with IS Esports and Prisma Gaming for, of course, helping make this happen as well. Again, a friendly reminder, NHLgamer.com for all the information you need, not only on the ECL, all the playoffs going on right now throughout the 4 tiers, and the NACL. You can also check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Discord at NHL Gamer. You can find all the links on the page. Of course, we're on Facebook too. And of course, on YouTube, where you can catch all the edited highlight reel packages as far as all the action goes. Sin doing a hell of a job helping out on that front for sure. Sin, any parting words here? A regular season, one to remember. It's in the books. Playoffs coming up. How are we feeling?
Absolutely. I mean, definitely one to remember. The end here, just so much drama, so much excitement. A lot of teams going from, middle of the pack and down and working their way into the playoff spot. Just shows how much parity here is in the ECL Elite, despite, the big 3 up there, everything else up for grabs. And who knows, maybe we'll see a bit of an upset when it comes to the playoffs as well. So I'm excited for them to get going. And yeah, as you said it, NHL 6 is the future of NHL esports.
Absolutely. You can find Sin on Twitter at SinForTheWinProd, on YouTube and on Twitch at SinForTheWin Productions. You can find myself, of course, on Twitter at Tuki24, YouTube, Twitch, everywhere as well. Instagram to see me not make a serious face while showing off a jersey collection that I swear is not becoming a financial burden. We love all of you. We thank you for supporting us. And of course, we thank everybody behind the scenes that helps make this what it is. And again, thank you so much for your support. We will see you all on, we hope, Sunday, but at the very least Monday, for the beginning of the Elite Playoffs. As one chapter closes, another begins. It's playoff time, baby. Nothing better. We'll see you all then. Until then, have a good one. Stay safe. We'll catch you next time.